to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Come on, bring it on!
Welcome to BCHL Hockey Live here on Shaw TV. My name is Matt Carter. Welcome again to the Island Savings Center here in the Cowichan Valley. Very excited for tonight's matchup between the Cowichan Capitals and the visiting Victoria Grizzlies. We just had a great rendition of "Oh Canada" right there, so we're about ready for the game time. Let's set it up to our play-by-play crew right now, Dan Marshall and Kyle Christensen.
Thanks so much, Matt, as we take a look at the brand new man in the crease for the Victoria Grizzlies, Curtis Chapman, formerly of the Calgary Mustangs, warming up. Just got here. In fact, today it was announced as an acquisition earlier today by the Victoria Grizzlies, who were without a goaltender. Zach Rose off to the World Junior A Challenge, and backup John Parkinson on the injured reserve. And with the brown pads, glove, and blocker, it is goaltender J.J. Pichette, 1-2 with a 5.61 goals against average for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Kyle Christensen, quite a moment for Curtis Chapman to be playing in a hockey game when he just got here.
He just got here. He played on the Calgary Mustangs, as you alluded to. He had some experience in the major junior level with Kootenay and Regina. So if you're the Capitals, that's a message. You have to put as much as you can on him early and see if he has the jet lag. And we talk about bus legs. How about plane legs?
Immediately the puck inside the Cowichan zone as Cowichan's looking for a second straight win, beating Langley 5-1 here Saturday. Grizzlies trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, which included a 3-3 road trip to Prince George, Vernon, and Coquitlam. Alexander pinching in to keep the puck inside the Cowichan zone. Skapski moves it around the wall. Chen couldn't come up with it. Cam Thompson for the Grizzlies dumps to the left corner. O'Malley digging for it. Capitals try to work the puck free. Heavy work on the wall between O'Malley and Skapski. Skapski moves the puck to Azaro Tinley. Gets the puck out towards center himself. Long left wing pass. LaRoche tried to negotiate that. Duran corrals for Victoria. To Jackson Alexander. The rookie moves the puck forward. Capitals trying to hold the mid-bay. Rolling puck back on the stick of Boo Grist at the Cowichan Valley blue line. 1 minute in, no scores. McTavish comes over the line, the Cowichan captain. Put the puck to the front of the goal, right in front of Chapman. It comes loose to the wall. McCann thought about pinching him, but instead the Grizzlies transition. Room to McCallion down the right side, cutting in with a shot, and that glances high off the end zone glass. But a good pace, Kyle, to start the game. A
good pace, and what a transition by the Victoria Grizzlies through the neutral zone. A couple quick passes, and McCallion gets an opportunity, and it gets sent off a stick out of play. But that's something Cowichan's going to have to be careful of because of this transition. Victoria has one of the best transition games in the Island Division and maybe the entire BCHL.
McCallion had one of his 13 goals. You saw the graphic there in the last game for Victoria, a 6-2 loss in Coquitlam on Sunday off a face-off Roma drive off the glove of Pichette. It's in behind the Cowichan Valley net. McCallion digging for it with Rome on the left side. Friedman out there with them, but the puck is cleared outside the blue line. Good work by Tate Coughlin, who's from Victoria. Coughlin up on a forecheck as the Grizzlies come forward. Dane Finson over the red line into Cowichan territory. Put the puck on to Pichette. He's going to trap that and hang on to it.
Pichette very good early in that last Shaw broadcast against the Nanaimo Clippers. He made some big saves early in the first period. A lot of those goals in that game against him, he really had no business saving. He didn't have a chance on a lot of them, but he was solid on the pucks that he had a chance of stopping.
Newhook dumps the puck towards the Cowichan nets. Cleared now to the blue line. And a transition opportunity here. Scardina for the Capitals towards the Victoria goal. In tight, the poke check move there from Chapman. Grizzlies try and move the other way. Newhook on the right side with good speed. Stood up as he ran into Davis Martell. Skapski has some room in front of his net. Long pass right side, knocked by Wilson down towards Chapman. Paddle down save, and he is going to cover. And I think that's what you want as a goaltender. Lots of action early, but nothing really difficult.
Well, they'll take the shots from beyond center ice for sure, Dan. They're not going to they're not going to have too much issue with those ones. And the Capitals, they're undefeated in December, and I know it's modest, it's one game, but it was their first victory against a team with a winning record. So something to build on going forward. Their power play 4 for 6 in that game against Langley.
Special teams could be a factor in this hockey game today. Cowichan, the most penalized team in the division, as Chapman's trying to cover up by the goal crease and does. 3rd overall in penalty minutes in the entire BCHL, so sometimes that's frustration, I think, when you're a team near the bottom of the standings, but also a team that obviously likes to play it rough and tough.
Yeah, but you got to walk that line, and it's been tough this year for them. I mean, the record bears it out. It's been, I think, more frustration than playing rough and tough, because they've lost 8 games by 1 goal, but that means that they've lost 14 by more than 1 goal.
A long wrist shot towards Chapman, and he gloves that from long distance. And what a unique situation for Victoria. Zach Rose is off of the World Junior A Challenge, a great honor for him, and Sean Parkinson on the injured reserve. So all of a sudden, you don't really think you need a goaltender in the long term, but in the short term, Craig Didmon and the Grizzlies definitely do. And here might be a chance where he's tested. A shot towards the net by Broadhurst. Rebound loose. Capitals trying to control left side. Larkin dumps the puck down low. Broadhurst to Larkin. Coming up the wall. The puck is chopped back down low. Hadley intercepts. Sends the puck down ice. Rolls all the way beside the net for an icing call against the Victoria Grizzlies here. And good news for Victoria, in their last outing, they were missing, actually last 2, Jamie Roman and Alex Newhook. They were at that World Junior A Challenge selection camp. So nice to have those 2 guys back in the lineup. That's some serious offense.
Well, it's hard to believe that Alex Newhook maybe didn't make that team, but he is a 16-year-old. He is going to have at least one more chance, I would say, if he stays in the BCHL.
I don't know that he's going to be a guy in the BCHL for long. An enjoyable player to watch for the Grizzlies this year, number 18, no question about it. Play along the wall, right beside the Victoria bench, and the puck rolls down low. Popchapinski puts it in front. They score from the slot. Troy McTavish, 2 goals in his last game, and he opens the scoring here.
Just a great job. We're going to see the replay coming up here in a minute, but that's just good vision by the Capitals in the corner. You know, you could have played it back to the point, maybe done something else with it, but there's a man out in front, and McTavish, he's one of these guys on the Capitals that he is one of their big gunners. He finds some open ice, lurking in the weeds, no one picks him up, and he finds room behind the new guy, and just a great shot, not much of a chance on that one.
Wonderful pass by Popchapinski from the corner, and a beautiful finish by McTavish. Troy McTavish, his 21st point. He is the points leader for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. And what a way to start. You want to get shots on a new goaltender early. The Capitals have done that, and not much chance for Chapman on that one as Popchapinski made a perfect pass out of the corner. He had lots of room, Kyle, to make the pass, and then McTavish had even more room to finish it.
Well, there's too much room. If you're Victoria and you're their coaching staff, there's way too much room. You got a new guy in net. We talked about how he just got here. You want to give him some easy saves, so that's perfect spot for the Capitals, and they make no mistake.
Grizzlies come to center, speeding away Duran over the line, passing on the right side for Thompson, shuffles the puck down low. Now in behind the net. Capitals try to clear, the puck into skates. Skapski up the wall for LaRoche. Franklin now plays the puck across the ice, and the Capitals come towards center. Puck dumped in wide of Chapman. It bounces towards O'Malley. LaRoche chipping for it below the goal line. Taken up by Alexander. Had a man, Friedman, open, but that pass didn't connect, and it goes for an icing call instead. And when you're a team that's struggling for wins, you referenced it, Cowichan, no wins in the month of November at all, and kind of an odd situation. A 5-1 win end of October against Salmon Arm, then a 5-1 win against Langley the first game in December. But this is what you want to do to try and build on something and get that confidence, early success.
All 3 of their wins, they scored 5 goals this year. That is the magic number for Cowichan.
Grist with a pass to McCann. Back in Capitals territory. McCallion, those steals, walking in, centers for Rome in tight, and the puck rolls to the side of the net. Now it's put out in front. And a chance for Tate Coughlin to clear. Coughlin at center on the right, shoots the puck in wide of Chapman. Chapman goes out to stop it, moves the puck around for Berger. Now McCallion. McCallion chips the puck forward. Friedman down the right side, makes a move inside the Cowichan Valley zone, cutting it on Coughlin. Friedman hanging on right side. Left point pass, Finson, lots of room, winds and shoots into Pichette. and he hangs on and makes the save. No traffic there. That was easy pickings for J.J. Pichette.
There aren't many goaltenders in the BCHL who are going to let a shot in from that far away if they see it all the way. But Friedman, a good job of finding the open man. Vincent blasts one, but Pichette, perfect position. Good square to the puck, absorbs it, no rebound.
Vincent from the left point. 1-0 Cowichan leading as the puck is dumped down and recovered by Skapski. Chipped forward by Pochopinski, a bouncer over the stick of Vincent, and it's back inside the Victoria zone. Shots on goal are 3-3, and Cowichan, thanks to the captain, Troy McTavish, has the 1-0 lead. Vincent with a pass up towards center. Friedman to Rome. Inside the attacking end, Rome dishes off on the left wing. McCallion couldn't take it. Skapski will. Skapski behind the net. Coming forward, a pass to Scardina. On the left wing, a dump in by Gosselin. Chapman goes up to get a touch on it, but couldn't stop it completely. Scardina on the right side. Moves the puck in the vicinity of Gosselin, but the Grizzlies take over. Newhook will drop it back right onto his own net. And it's blocker down, stopped, and played to Noble by Chapman. Noble, nice pass. Newhook with speed over the Cowichan line, getting a partial break, and a great job to check it, as the AP Carter Brown just got his stick in the way to break up that bid by Newhook. Gosselin the other way, into the Victoria zone. Poke check by Noble. Ethan Nother brings the puck back towards center. Pace picking up now. Nother rips the puck down towards Pichette. Comes out to stop it. Moves the puck to the boards. Moved by Brown to the wall towards Gosselin. Sent back in behind the Cowichan Valley net. McTavish to it. Drops it to his defense. McCann trying to clear. Plays off the glass. Speeding away at center, Broadhurst. Couldn't come up with the puck though. And it's put inside the attacking end by Hadley. Carter Brown back to it beside the goal. Hadley pushes him to the boards. McCann's trying to drag the puck out of skates. 3 players are in that scrum. Brown knows he has to probably hold off Hadley as Hadley puts it to the front. There's a shot. Pichette made the save. Rebound loose in front of him. And now the Capitals can transition. Sherlock at center on the right. Puts the puck down towards Curtis Chapman. Sticks it to the side wall. Durant's trying to come up with it. Knocked through his knees. Puck in traffic. Hadley's trying to force it away from Broadhurst, who's up with Larkin. Jackson Alexander will win it for the Grizzlies. Nolan clears to the boards in a puck battle against Chen. Chen held it in just for a moment. Now the Grizzlies take over. Huge collision. Big knockdown on his way to the bench. Goes Nolan. That was a huge hit right at the Cowichan Valley blue line. Now Larkin with a long dump in. Berger behind his own net. Spinning away from the forecheck of Tindler. Collision by the Victoria blue line, and the Grizzlies able to come up with possession. A pass blocked at center by Tindling on the right. Tindling to Franklin. Moving towards the goal. Wrist shot blocked it away by Chapman. Big rebound goes to Thompson. Couldn't get the puck out initially. Now he'll bring it to center himself. Puck turned back to Cowichan Valley blue line, and Berger is sent into his own territory. Paired on defense with Dean Finson. Berger right in behind his net. Franklin skates by as Berger starts Victoria out. To the red line and a long shoot in wide of Pichette. Yuri Davis Martel corrals it. Passes the puck off to Skapski, and now Davis Martel again. Banks off the glass towards center. Coughlin tried to come up with the puck, but the Grizzlies do instead, making a partial change as they do. Nico Somerville in behind the net. 12:15 to go in the first period. 1-0 Cowichan Valley thanks to Troy McTavish. Set up by Pochopinski. McCallion inside the Cowichan zone. Pass on the right side. A wrist shot. Pichette made the save on a pinching Noble. Nice rush by the Grizzlies.
The Capitals are running that 1-2-2 forecheck, and it's caused Victoria a lot of trouble coming through the neutral zone and coming out of their own zone at times. But in that case, Victoria carries it over the line. Well, pardon me, they dump it in, they get an opportunity, they get to use their speed, and, Pichette, again, just square to the puck, doesn't leave any room for a rebound, and he gobbles it up.
Victoria has a defense that, when they're active, can jump in and provide offense. Noble tried on that occasion, but a good stop by Pichette. Puck goes out of play for a stoppage here at the Island Saving Center. And not a bad crowd for Wednesday afternoon hockey, and we're happy for the second consecutive Wednesday to have hockey on Shaw TV, Kyle.
And the Capitals, 2 of their last 3 games have been on Shaw, so they're getting a lot of premier airtime.
Off the face-off, Nico Somerville out of the puck, moves it around for Jamie Rome. Rome with the pass forward. McCallion to center for Friedman. Puck chipped away at the blue line. Capitals trying desperately to clear as McTavish and Friedman go to the wall to try and get possession for their respective teams. Bougris loses control in behind the net. Puck still in skates in a four-man scrum. You can see Friedman has McTavish against the wall and the puck won't get out. McTavish doesn't mind that at all. He wants to keep it pinned up in his own territory if he can. Now a delayed call against the Capitals as a wrist shot goes towards the net. Or is it going to be against the Grizzlies here? Hard to tell. There's a lot of holding, Kyle, on that shift both ways.
They called it when it went off a Capital, so I thought they were going to take one of the Capitals to the penalty box, but it turns out they are not. They're taking one of the Victoria Grizzlies. Rome is going off.
Jamie Rome has missed some time for the Victoria Grizzlies this year. As you see a couple of cross-checks there on McCann.
Well, I think there's a high stick in there somewhere, but I'm not sure if they're going to call a cross-check or a high stick, but they could have called either one, and they decided to pick one.
Capitals 4 for 6 on the power play Saturday against Langley, but an errant pass is broken up. Alexander, left side over the Cowichan Valley line, drops it off. O'Malley with a shot, and he missed on the glove side low. McTavish transitions by himself over the Grizzlies' blue line. That play broken up, and now Tinling is back to center to Tate Coughlin. Coughlin fanned on the puck, but no problem. He's got help from Gosselin. Looks like maybe a bad spot of ice there as Gosselin also had some difficulty against Westhaver up in a forechecking role. McTavish at center, plays the puck across ice. Tinling is going to wind up at his blue line. Wanted to make a play to McTavish, who is changing. Tinling forces the puck inside the Victoria zone, but the Grizzlies easily can clear. Westhaver, the first forechecker up. Out of his net, though, goes the netminder, Pichette. Tate Coughlin, left wing feed, Pochopinski. Inside Victoria territory. Pochopinski, wrist shot, missed on the glove side with that. Puck to the right side wall for Wilson. Wilson battling to get it off the boards if he can, but the Grizzlies doing a nice job defensively. Skapski with a keep in the right point. Plays to the half wall. Into the middle goes Wilson. He lost possession, and it's cleared down the ice by Berger. Pichette will come out and set it up for Skapski. Halfway through the opening period, 1-0. Cowichan in front and on the man advantage for 35 more seconds. Pochopinski with a dump in. Puck goes behind the net where it's touched up by Chapman. Goaltender trying to move it to Finson. You can see they're not quite used to each other yet, Finson and the new goaltender Chapman. Pochopinski now centering feet, that's broken up and cleared down the ice by Nolan. Pichette comes out of his goal. Long feed up to McCann at the line. McCann lead pass, Pochopinski down the left side. Pochopinski wrist shot into Chapman, he hangs on to that. Ty Pochopinski, 12 goals, leads the Cowichan Valley Capitals in that regard, but that was a good save by Chapman.
It was a good save by Chapman. You talked about how Chapman and the defenseman may not have that communication down yet. Well, that whole Capital power play looked like communication was an issue as they really never got set up. It took them 100 seconds plus to actually have any kind of sustained pressure in the offensive zone, and 8 seconds left. Doesn't look like they're gonna go 1-for-1.
Shots 5-5, and McTavish again with the only goal with 9:23 to go in the period. Somerville controls for Victoria, gets the puck ahead for McCallion. Rome just about set to return. He skates back onto the ice as Friedman pursues the puck. Friedman puts it to the middle, that's broken up. LaRoche transitions, knocked over by Friedman. Noble, right side pass. McCallion puts the puck to the front, it rolls into Pichette, and he's going to hang on to stop the play. And a little bit of conversation after the stoppage in play. And Kyle, these teams don't really have much of a rivalry this year. They've only played once. They're going to play twice in January, 3 times in February, and again on December the 15th. But that's not a lot of hockey head-to-head to build up a rivalry.
No, I think you have a little bit of carryover from the guys that were on each team last year. But the only game this season these teams played, Parkinson started for Victoria, and you have a guy that just flew in today. So the ace, if you will, in the Victoria crease hasn't seen the Capitals yet this year.
You get another look at that Pochopinski to McTavish play, and you can see that there's some real chemistry there. Not a surprise, the leading point getter and the leading goal scorer playing together on the same line. But some great chemistry for McTavish and Pochopinski.
Yeah, and there's this hit by Nolan, and it's just, you know, sometimes it's better to just be in the way. You know, because you slow down the guy's momentum, obviously, you know, the bench gets going on the big hit, but, you know, sometimes getting in the way is enough. Ask JJ Perchette. That's his whole job, just get in the way. And speaking of JJ Perchette, I think his rebound control in the first period, it's been pretty good. He had that one kind of leak away that caused the scoring chance, but he's been pretty solid in net so far.
Newhook wins the puck to the wall. Lucas Clark in pursuit. The Victoria captain is Nicholas Wilson coming the other way. A dump into the left side. Gosselin after the puck, but a nice job by Noble to win it. Got it forward, but a keep in for a moment by Scardina. Now the Grizzlies are out. Somerville to Clark over the line right side. Wrist shot, pad save. Perchette and a good one. Rebound corralled and sent out to Wilson. Tracking down the puck in the Victoria zone. Noble back to it. Moves for Alex Newhook. Newhook throttled by Gosselin against the sidewall. Another hit thrown on the other side by Wilson. And now left wing feed to Newhook. He's getting a partial break, cutting in tight. Tried to beat Perchette. The puck right beside the goal as Perchette was trying to stay with it. Newhook's speed has generated there a second opportunity for him on a partial break. Wilson over the Victoria blue line. Right side, a shot blockered away by Chapman. Lucas Clark grabs the puck and comes forward, chipping for Rome. Down the right side, Jamie Rome. In towards the middle. Hanging on against a few Cowichan checkers, drops to McCallion. He's cutting right. McCallion, wrist shot. Perchette makes the save. And you can see the strength of McCallion to get loose and the speed as well, as he got a heck of a wrist shot away.
He got a heck of a wrist shot away, and Perchette again, just top of the blue ice. Newhook, they've sent almost free twice. And to the Capitals' credit, they've been able to reach a stick out, not give him a clear avenue to the net. Victoria trying to use their speed, and there's that save again. Perchette just square to the puck. Victoria trying to use their speed, but they aren't clean coming out of the neutral zone, and it's allowing the Capitals to hop on loose pucks and counter.
This line has come very close, though. Here's a break the other way for McTavish walking in. Wrist shot, Chapman the save. Loose puck to the side. McTavish continuing on the forecheck as the Grizzlies get the puck forward to center. Rome, McCallion, Friedman. That's been Victoria's best unit so far, but it's still 1-0 Cowichan as Coughlin moves in with a shot. He blazed that one high. You can hear it rocket off the glass. Alexander gets the puck ahead. Here come the Grizzlies, Friedman over the Cowichan Valley line. Friedman, wrist shot, put that one too high. Tate Coughlin skates to it deep in his own end. Tried to move it to McCann. Grist gets in the way of that. Now to McCann, starting forward. On the left side at center. Long range dump in by LaRoche in behind Chapman. Caleb Franklin to it, right wing corner. Alexander to join him. LaRoche comes in after the puck too. Onto it, Duran for Victoria. Puck out at center ice now, O'Malley. Inside the Cowichan zone, tips the puck deep, skates after it himself. In a puck battle with Davis Martel. Davis Martel controlling, looking up. Put one off the glass, but Thompson blocked it to O'Malley right side, took a drive, and that didn't get through. O'Malley after the puck again, but it's knocked away to the blue line and keep in by Vincent. Another opportunity for a Cowichan clearance, but Tinlin couldn't negotiate it. Icing waved off, however. Vincent back deep into his own territory. Gets the puck across to Carter Berger. Berger coming through center. Dumps down the right wall, chasing on the forecheck himself. He's a great skater. Berger, the defenseman, gets it to a teammate, hops beside the goal, trying to advance. Can't do so initially as the Capitals steal the puck and start to center on the left side. Cherwak scoops down for Broadhurst. Fighting Vincent. Cherwak on the right side. Back into the vicinity of Broadhurst. Joined in the play by Larkin. Trying to take possession left wing corner. Cherwak. He's wrapped up beside the Victoria net. Larkin again being pinned on the wall by Hadley. Cherwak joins the fray as the puck comes to the right side. Chen jumps down off the blue line and tips the puck beside the Victoria goal. The Grizzlies take it back. Hadley, a long feed to center and down the ice. Perchette will have to play this one and might have to cover it. Indeed he will, with Nolan going right in on top of him. Heavy work on the forecheck by the Capitals, and what you hope is that wears the team down over 60 minutes.
That's their hope, and I think Victoria needs to get on the same page as that, because they're trying to come into the offensive zone, and a lot of the time they get one chance, they get one rush, and then it's back the other way. The Capitals playing with confidence in the first period, and you know, it's a wonder what a 5-1 win can do.
Buchrist with a backhander out to center and down the ice. Icing indicated and now called against the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Teddy bear toss night on Saturday for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Victoria has theirs coming up on Saturday night as 'tis the season. And what a great junior hockey tradition that is.
It's a great junior hockey tradition, and if you ask any player who takes part in that as the home team, get it over with as fast as you can, because then nobody's going to admit it, but it starts to get into your head. Like, it's Teddy bear toss night, we haven't scored yet, and it's the third period, and then you don't want the fans throwing all the stuff out at the end of the game, because that means you got shut out.
Coincidentally, Troy McTavish had the teddy bear toss goal against Langley, and he has the first goal in this game too, so he's been a guy to get the Cowichan Valley Capitals going the last 2 games. Skapski back into his own zone. This is the puck to Nicholas Wilson. Wilson beside the goal, goes back to Skapski. Long pass out to center on the left. Noble had Gosselin wrapped up, so Somerville goes back to touch up. 4:45 remaining in this first period. 1-0 Capitals. A good forecheck by Scardina. Tate Coughlin right corner. Tried to pass it to the slot. That's broken up. And the other way with it goes Nuther. Just missed Rome with a pass on the left side. That's going to go for an icing call. What an addition Tate Coughlin has been. 5 points in 5 games since joining the Capitals, coming out of the Alberta Junior Hockey League. And 3 assists in that win, that 5-1 win over the Langley Rivermen. A very talented player as a veteran 20-year-old.
I believe he has major junior experience.
Kelowna Rockets.
Somewhere in there, yeah. And guys with major junior experience are invaluable to any team they play for in the BCHL, because they've played at the next level. They know what it takes. They can serve as a calming influence for especially a Capitals team that really is young still. And a guy like Coughlin comes in, and he's been to the major junior level. He knows what it takes, and he can pass that message on.
Former Camrose Kodiak before he came here to Cowichan. Briefly a Nanaimo Clipper last year as well. From the blue line, Cowichan chance and a wrist shot deflecting in front of Chapman. Now Pochopinski a drive, and Chapman a great save on Ty Pochopinski, and he held on.
Well, that's just a great job of Chapman moving laterally, staying with it, and making that save and covering up for no rebound.
He wasn't quite sure if he had all of that leaning and reaching, but a great stop by the Victoria goaltender. Shots 9-9 at this stage, and still just the 1 goal. And hard work by Pochopinski to get there as well, and certainly the goaltender couldn't regain his footing, but he did regain his positioning and might have to again. But a shot from the slot goes in from Tinling, right off the faceoff. Azaro Tinling, 2-0 Cowichan Valley. Put that right to the stick side, and you talk about no time to get your feet set. There was none for Chapman that time.
Well, that was shades of the LA Kings scoring in 0.5 seconds against the Boston Bruins. It has to be perfect. You win the draw, you got a guy right where he needs to be with the shot the right way. And watch this, dusts it off a little bit, throws it on, scores. That is exactly how you draw up an offensive zone faceoff.
Franklin won the draw, and a perfect shot by Tinling to the stick side. An important faceoff win in the attacking zone, and then a wicked shot from Tinling. Capitals 2, Grizzlies nothing. Cowichan towards center. Puck went in off the high stick of LaRoche. The Grizzlies' Alexander touches up those. Cowichan continues on their forecheck. The Grizzlies come to center. On the left side, O'Malley. Checked, and LaRoche comes back. Knocked over by Durand, but the Capitals take over. Broadhurst with a dump in. Delayed call against the Grizzlies is coming. And everything going the way of the Capitals right now, up 2-0. 3:35 left in the period and going to the man advantage.
Well, that was good execution on that goal, but Victoria just not sharp here in the first period. They're having trouble connecting on more than one pass at a time. They're rushing the puck into the zone. They overskate it. Shots get blocked. Guys are beating them to pucks in the neutral zone and the offensive zone. You know, it hasn't been a good period for Victoria. It's 2-0 now. You know, they really got to get it going.
Second power play chance for the Cowichan Valley Capitals, up 2-0. You saw the check there that Durand laid out on LaRoche to draw the penalty. Rolling puck down towards J.J. Pichette. Gosselin comes back to take it. Lucas Clark right on. The Victoria captain guards the front. A little tap on the pad there for Bichette. Tinley. McTavish into the middle, cutting right. Took a wrist shot. Chapman the save. Puck cleared by Berger out and down the ice. Two things that have gone not the Grizzlies' way lately. The goals against, 6 in the last game against the Express, but the goals 4. Just 4 goals 4 in the last 3 games. McTavish working deep, taken out hard beside the Victoria goal. Battle for possession, Tinling in there. McTavish trying to get his positioning and his footing back. Moved the puck too far for Tate Coughlin. Finson won a battle and gets it out to center.
Can you give the ref credit for a hit? Because that was a nice check. He just, textbook, got what he wanted to do, but down in the corner, he laid him out.
Hadley dumped the puck in. Both teams changing on special teams. 40 seconds left in the Cowichan Valley man advantage. Capitals coming ahead. McCann, nice pass to Wilson. Over the Victoria line, cross ice feed. Pochapinski on the left, hanging on. Lost possession, puck is cleared down the ice. Victoria's penalty kill is 8th in the league at 82%. And Cowichan 18.8%, 11th on the man advantage. So 2 special teams that are in the middle of the pack there. The issue that these teams have had has not been that. For Victoria, their power play, they've been pretty good at 21.6%. And Couch on the other side of their special teams, the penalty kill. That's really what has struggled. 74% and ranked last in the league. But the best way to stay off the penalty kill is stay out of the box. And the only 2 power plays so far have come the Capitals' way. Chapman comes out of his goal, moves the puck around the wall. Wilson trying to block in the right wing corner. Help is behind the net from Larkin. Wilson digging for it, so is Larson. Larson and Wilson both below the goal line. Pochapinski there too, feeds the point. Power play's over. McCann walks in, a wrist shot, loose in traffic. Chapman's down, a scramble for the puck. Chapman's still down, the officials can still see it. Chapman trying to cover and finally gets a whistle. And Thompson had somebody underneath him there almost in bulldog fashion. What a scramble. I was surprised the officials let it go on for that long. We couldn't see the puck from here, Kyle, but the officials still could.
Chapman probably thought that was an eternity because it looked like it should have been blown down. It never was. He wasn't sure where the puck was. Everybody else was hunting for it. And, you know, maybe it was loose, but who's going to know? I mean, how do you find the puck in that crowd?
McCann took the initial shot, and as it went into traffic, Larkin was there, Wilson was there. Nobody could come up with the puck. It was in skates, pinned up against the goalie's pad, it looked like, for a quick moment as he was reaching and diving. Finally got the blocker on it in that scrum. And hey, the official in perfect position to make that call. It was loose, and you can see a great camera view from our crew down there to see that goalmouth scramble.
That's one of the longer ones, I think, this year.
Newhook just about got free at center. He was grappled by Davis Martel, and here comes the first power play for the Grizzlies. And Davis Martel knew who he was grappling there, and that was, I think, as much about message sending as anything else, but Newhook stays on the ice and will likely be on this power play with Yuri Davis Martel heading off for the hold.
Well, it's been a textbook first period for the Capitals, but this is the problem. This is what's caused them a lot of trouble this year. It's the penalty kill. You mentioned it's last in the league. You play a flawless game, you don't go to the box, got a great chance to win, but this has been their undoing all year, and they really need to get out of this in Victoria. This is what you need to build momentum off of.
Clark and Pochapinski ready on the draw. 1:15 to go in the period. And timing is everything. Huge timing for the Grizzlies to get this chance. Down 2. Another left circle. Waiting. Hanging on. Passing right side. Backing up with the puck and controlling his Newhook to Clark to Newhook. Walking in. Newhook a shot. Pad save. Bichette rebound cleared. Another got it. His shot didn't get through the traffic. Another got the puck back. Plays it to the corner. Duran, the defenseman's in deep. Looking up top to Alexander, left point. He's got another at the right point. Moving across to the left side. Another. Waiting. Walking in. Passing on the right side. Newhook in the corner. Knocked hard by Grist. 38 seconds to go in the period. 1:21 on this man advantage. Capitals trying to pin that puck up on the wall if they can. But a nice move by Lucas Clark. Centering pass. A chance in tight. Another from an E. Passing it up. Newhook with a drive. He missed. Another on the rebound, but he couldn't shoot it. Now he does from an angle. And he missed the goal. And the puck ricochets out towards center. Excellent pressure by the Victoria Grizzlies, but it's still 2-0 Cowichan. Alexander back deep in his own territory. Teams changing personnel. Coming to center, nothing. Play whistle down, though. And is there a bad line change coming here against the Grizzlies? I think there might be.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be too many men. So that first power play only lasts 1 minute and 9 seconds. And here's just a good give and go and New Hook. That's just a good kick save by Bichette. And there's been some hesitation on the Grizzlies' part first period, taking shots when they're there. And New Hook, I'm not sure if that went off somebody, but wide of the net, great opportunity.
Boy, the Victoria Grizzlies were really buzzing there. Just 6 seconds left in the period now. A defensive zone face-off for the Grizzlies as the Capitals are looking to take a 2-0 lead to the locker room after 20 minutes of hockey action. Grizzlies with one chance to just lob a puck down the ice. That's where it goes. And the first period comes to an end. We'll start the second in a 4-on-4 situation. A couple of goals at 2:51, Troy McTavish, and then at 15:49, Azaro Tinling. A dream start, Kyle, for the home team.
This is just how you draw it up. Cowichan, they still haven't won on the road this year, but they have 3 wins at home, and that first period, they get the nod as the better team.
2-0 Capitals after 20 minutes. Let's head downstairs, and we're going to join Matt Carter.
Very much, Dan and Kyle. Yes, 2-0 lead for the home team. Cowichan up over the Victoria Grizzlies after 20 minutes. As Dan just mentioned there, goals for McTavish and Tingling. 2 assists for Simon Chen, 2 in the first period, helping Cowichan stake that early lead. Shots on goal, Cowichan outshooting the Grizzlies, 11-10. Perfect period for JJ Frechette there in the Cowichan net. And his first game, Curtis Chapman for the Grizzlies. 2 goals with some nice saves there as well. Coming up later on in the first intermission, we'll be speaking with Scott Didmon, play-by-play man for the Victoria Grizzlies. But right now, he's got a goal. He had a great block there in that recent penalty kill. Let's take a look at the captain of the Cowichan Capitals, Troy McTavish.
Quick over knockdown on the backhand, Thorpe. Centering pass, McTavish. Good release, couldn't get it on target. Now LaRoche's shot stop, rebound, scores!
Capitals captain Troy McTavish is playing his final year as a junior hockey player. He's enjoying wearing the red, white, and blue of the Cowichan Valley, but his career started in the BCHL as a Nanaimo Clipper.
I had a good season there in Nanaimo. It was fun. We did well as a team, and then in the off season, I was moved back home. Just in a trade, just a player trade, and I got to live close to home. I got to live at home actually for a year, so it was nice. It was fun, and I kind of knew I wanted to come back out to BC, and kind of was looking for options, and then this one popped up, and I took it. I got to live with the same people that I actually lived with in Nanaimo, so I'm building up in Nanaimo right now, and they're great to me. Doug and Laura, best billets you could ask for, and I love the island. It's a great place to live, and the hockey's good out here too, so it's fun.
The Capitals and the Clippers have a long-standing rivalry. Troy has now experienced that rivalry from both sides.
It's different, definitely. When I played in Nanaimo, the Caps were a huge rival of ours. I think they were battling for us for top spot in the division, and then this year the rivalry's heating up again, but I'm on the other side of it, so it's kind of fun. It's good. I think we have a pretty good rivalry with every team on the island. I'd like to say that the most heated game we had so far is probably against Alberni, but that can change. We play each team like 5 more times, I think, so we should be able to get some good rivalries going.
Troy brings a veteran presence to the Capitals lineup, and wearing the C comes with expectations.
Oh yeah, I just expect him to lead by example every day coming in, and it's his actions, the way he carries himself, and leads by example on the ice. It starts in practice. He's always coming to communicate with the coaches what he feels the players might want, or what should change on a road trip, or when we should practice or get a day off.
He's always going, no matter if it's a game or practice. His work ethic's really high, so to have a captain that's always doing that, it's easy for me to come in behind and support him.
Oh, I like to think that I bring a big body that can skate and make some plays, and some leadership too. So I think that's pretty good for me. And my teammates are all good to me, and we have a good group of guys in the locker room, so that's all good.
He's a guy on the ice that will block the shots, win the draws, kill penalties, do whatever he's asked upon. At the time, he's leading our team in scoring.
I think we built some chemistry here through the last couple of weeks, and you know, as far as points and finding each other on the ice, everything's been going pretty smooth with him.
So he's doing a lot for us, and he's having a good last year of junior hockey.
Yeah, last year for me, I'm hoping to get the team going a little bit here. We're going to get some wins and hopefully come out of here with a scholarship for myself and some of my teammates.
My name is Annabelle Apel. I'm from Newfoundland originally, and I grew up with accordions, and the last thing in the world I thought I would ever play is an accordion. Couldn't stand them. But somewhere along the line, things changed, and here I am. I'm in love with a squeeze box. I get told often that I don't play by the written music, which is true. I don't go note for note. As long as I keep the main theme, I do break all the rules, I know that. But I have fun doing it. If we're doing a polka and I want to go Yahoo, I go Yahoo. It's music for my soul. When I hear an accordion, I want to dance, I want to sing, I want to laugh, I want to giggle, I want to do it all. That spells fun. It just means pure, pure joy for me.
Rivals, noun. A person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
Great segment there on Cowichan Capitals captain Troy McTavish. He and his Capitals up 2-0 over the Victoria Grizzlies after 20 minutes. Very happy to be joined now with our first intermission guest, Scott Didmon, who's a corporate business development with the Grizzlies, but I would imagine much more fun, the play-by-play guy. So
yeah, I like the play-by-play a lot more, yeah, no question about that. But right now, a 4-game losing skid. It's not been a lot of fun calling the games, but doing our best. We got a little work to do. This Cowichan team has lost a lot this year, so Victoria's got to be ready for these guys.
So give us your take sort of on the first 20 minutes. What is it that Cowichan has done here to be successful?
I really like their size. They're a big group of guys. They haven't seen the Victoria Grizzlies much this year, so it's only the second of 8 meetings they're going to see each other for the entire year. They've come out, they're hitting, they're playing hard, they're getting in on our new goaltender right away. I noticed that. But at the same time, I think Victoria, they're rotating all 4 lines, and I think that their coaching staff for Cowichan is really focusing on playing their top 2 lines as much as possible to get the early lead, which they have. And here we are, 2-0 for the Caps.
And let's talk about your new goaltender, Curtis Chapman, recently acquired, and we'll talk about reasons why for that in a moment. But basically, he got here probably about the same time I got here before the game, very shortly before. Tell us about his day.
Yeah, he got a phone call, I guess, yesterday afternoon, and he was open to move out of the Alberta Junior Hockey League. He played for the Kootenay Ice this year. His rights were owned by Alberta Junior Hockey League. The Calgary Mustangs wasn't really interested in playing. He played 3 games, just wasn't having fun. And the phone rang. We needed a guy because of what's going on. And our backup goalie, Sean Parkinson, has got 2 different injuries right now on the IR. And of course, Zachary Rose, who we're going to talk a little bit about, just made Team Canada West, a young rookie. And we're tremendously happy for him. But we lose him for 6 straight games now. And we won't see him till the new year.
Exactly. Obviously, a tough break for the team, of course, depending on how Chapman plays. But great stuff for Zach Rose. Again, a rookie goaltender, 7th in the league right now in save percentage. What has he meant to the team so far this year?
Well, he had a lot of workload because last year we had the MVP of the Island Division in Matt Galida. He's now off to Cornell, and the scouts are watching him. Apparently he's already got two shutouts at his level now, playing in the college ranks. So he had a big load to come in and be the starting goaltender. And of course, Sean Parkinson, a local Souk product, made the team. We talked about that at last little meeting we had here on Shaw. And he made the team, and so now with Zach being gone, the Grizzlies are feeling a little lonely back there with their goaltending. In fact, they had an AP go in, Bryce Scheibel from the Peninsula Panthers on Sunday afternoon. He did his best, but the Coquitlam Express gave it to him pretty good.
Again, for folks who may not know, the tournament that Zach's going to, an international tournament, so he's off to Nova Scotia this week coming up. This team in Western Canada playing against Russia, the Czech Republic, and other teams. What does it mean as an organization to have a player go to a tournament of that caliber?
Well, what I love about it is how they come back different. They're going to play against Russia. They're going to play against Sweden and Finland and Czechoslovakia and USA, who always wins this tournament. They've got a stacked group. Canada splits it in half. They have Canada West, Canada East, so it's a bit of a duel there for the Canadian team to face off against the USA. Regardless, what happens, I notice, is the maturity level, the confidence they have. They come back and they're like walking 10 feet taller. So we're going to really enjoy this. Now, Mitch Adamek, who also made the team from the Powell River Kings, he's going to have that as well. So we win, we lose. We get both those goalies getting all that great experience, building their confidence, and it's only going to mean a lot more for both franchises.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing the Powell River Kings in January as our next Shaw TV hockey broadcast. One more thing to sort of wrap up about the Grizzlies. We're about halfway through the season, currently third place in the division. What does the team have to do to improve to catch up to Powell River and Nanaimo?
Well, great question. We're in a funk right now. We've lost 4 in a row. We can't believe it. We've got such a steady group of guys, very strong depth. We're lacking goal scoring. We got the number 3 ranked power play, but we're never on the power play. We talked about that. The Grizzlies have the least amount of power play time in the entire league, which is a shocking statistic. But time after time, they're always in the box. They're never on a power play, and they're not scoring goals. So as of right now, we got to win this game tonight somehow, like 6-1 or 6-2. We can't do that, but it's going to be tough tonight for the Grizzlies.
All right, well, we can't change the officials, so I guess I'll be trying to draw more penalties part of the run. But again, been a solid season so far. And Scott, to you and the Grizzlies, best of luck for the second half of the season.
All right, thanks a lot. I'm really glad you guys are providing this for the BCHL. This means a lot to us.
Thanks so much for the kind words, Scott. Scott Didmon, again, involved with business development with the Grizzlies as well as play-by-play. And really thankful to have Scott here as our first intermission guest. The score once again after 20 minutes, Cowichan Capitals up on the Victoria Grizzlies 2-0. And for our next segment right now, our director of this broadcast, Todd Jones. He's a bit of a fan of filmmaker Robert Rodriguez, in particular the movie Sin City. So with that in mind, we're going back about 10, 11, 12 years for a little take on the locker room we call Sports City. It's BCHL hockey right here on Shaw TV.
Goalie's dead, and I've been framed for murder.
Extreme Joe, open up. Police.
I'll be right out.
Ah. Oh, owie, my shoulder.
Just couldn't leave him to the law, eh? Your days of vigilante justice and unnecessary roughness are over, Extreme Joe. Nice coat.
The breeze smells foul in the streets of Sports City. Goalie's alive. I can feel it. This is nothing more than a trap. Not just a trap, a thoughtfully contrived strategy to lure me deep into the goalie's merciless crease. He thinks he can stop the locker room, but I will prevail. It's time to prove to my friends that I'm worth something.
Get in. I know where he's hiding.
We drive to the crease in Old Town, a backwards place where the goalie is a role model and the games have no officiating. I was glad to have Holly on my team.
Wow, we don't get too many celebrities around here. Hi.
We're looking for the goalie.
Eyes to the stage, pilgrims. He's just warming up.
Got it?
Yep. Walk down the right alley in Sports City, and you can find anything.
Cruising down the island highway, I got nowhere to be. Is it 1? Is it 9? Is it 2:45? Understand I'm in no hurry, it's just not how I am. Gonna get my yoga on at the Colliery Dam. You see, I eat real slowly at a leisurely pace. Get my hair styled nice so that it's not in my face. But what I really want to tell you is don't make me hurry up. Gonna sit and watch the waves while I sip from my cup. Got all day to work on my rhymes. Be prepared, it can rain or snow anytime. Doesn't stress me out to be standing in line. Chilling by the beach and I'm sure feeling fine. I got Mondays for snowmen, I got Tuesdays for runs, and all the rest of the days I eat cinnamon buns. Yes, the island is amazing and I wish you were here, and you're never more than 2 minutes away from a deer. So please join me in relaxing while he tattoos my arm. And where else in the world is there a unicorn farm? You know, I'm never in a rush, as you can see from this graphic, and I don't even get mad when I get stuck in traffic.
Wait a minute. There's no traffic on the island.
Traffic? What's traffic?
Oh my goodness, look at that, it's a mime. Gotta walk a lot of steps going one at a time. Oh no, I forgot my next line. Don't just stand there, throw me a lime.
Rivals. Noun. A person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
And Island hockey here on Island Time, here at Island Savings Center, here in the beautiful Cowichan Valley. The Capitals up on the Grizzlies 2-0 after 20 minutes. And let's take a look at our scoring summary now here in the first period. 2:51, first goal going to McTavish, the 7th goal of the year. Pokopinski and Chen with the assist. Chen getting his assist on the 2nd goal of the period for the Cowichan Valley Capitals at 15:49. Lazaro Tingling with his 6th goal of the year. Caleb Franklin getting the other assist there. Cowichan outshooting the Victoria Grizzlies, 11-10 in that first period. JJ Pichette, a perfect period for the Capitals, and 2 goals let in by Chapman, the brand new goalie for the Victoria Grizzlies. All right, back over my shoulder right now, we have our play-by-play team. I think are a duo good enough to get the Jennings Trophy. Let's send it up to Dan and Kyle. Get ready for the second period.
Well, I don't know about any Jennings trophies up here, but certainly a Jennings Trophy performance so far for JJ Pichette. Kyle, 2-0 his team up after the game's opening 20 minutes, and up front, the offense, everything that Cowichan was hoping for.
You can't ask for a better start than this. They get the 2-goal lead. They only have to kill 1 minute and 9 seconds of a power play, and there's the goal, the first goal. Pokopinski goes to McTavish right on the tape and he finds room. Look at this, beautiful. Right on the tape, doesn't have to dust it off, doesn't have to handle it at all. Just put it on net, he scores. And the second goal, well, here's this hit by Nolan on Chen, who got credited with 2 assists in the first period, but I think they might correct that second one. There's a shot on Pichette, he stops that one. Good, coming out to the blue ice. And here's this one draw to Tinling. You can't do a face-off any better than that. It was a 1 draw clean right to the guy, and he puts it in 2-0.
4-on-4 as we open up period number 2. 2-0 Cowichan Valley, and the Capitals steal the puck. Skapski put it into the skates of Wilson. Alexander trying to move the Grizzlies back towards the attacking goal, and the puck rolls onto J.J. Pichette. He'll hang on to that, and I would suspect that for the Victoria Grizzlies, they're going to want to play with even more pace in this period than they did in the first.
They want to play with more pace, and they want to play with a puck for more time, because they really had trouble getting through the neutral zone clean with the puck in the first period. They didn't really have a lot of zone time. Cowichan did a good job of cycling in the offensive zone. Victoria hasn't really had much zone time, simply because it's one and done most of the time.
Cowichan Valley, great wall play in the opening 20 minutes. That was so much to their credit. And if you can do that again through 60 minutes, you hope you can wear down your opponents. And just great wall play for the Caps in the opening 20. Alexander with a dump in. Hits Skapski with it, and now the Capitals on the man advantage. Too many players on the ice call is what's in effect now for another 1 minute. Skapski, right side pass. Scardina couldn't negotiate it. Jackson Alexander took the puck back, drops it off. Dane Finson, long feed, knocked high by Rome, and as he was trying to pick up the play, he knocked it just over the glass.
Well, that's a bad break. He gets the stick out, stops the puck. Well, he didn't really stop it. It went into the stands, but just, bad bounces. Victoria's a team, as you mentioned, Dan, that likes to play with a lot of pace, but it's hard to do that when you can't control the puck, and they've really had a tough time doing that in the first 22 minutes of this game.
Penalty call coming against Cowichan Valley here. That will do it for the man advantage. Tinling is going to be sent off. So we just saw some 4-on-4. We're going to see some more. 1:09 into the second period. Tinling, who has the game's second goal, goes off for a slash.
Now, pending any other penalties, Victoria's looking at a minute and 15 on the power play, which means they'll have less than 4 minutes on their first 2 power plays. But, he's just chopping some lumber there. The visual evidence is on the ice, and they're going to have to call that.
A puck at center ice, corralled by Berger. Plays the puck across ice. Finson to Berger. Lots of room in this 4-on-4. Berger dumps inside the Cowichan Valley zone. McCann back to it beside his net. Gets the puck forward. Here come the Caps. Scardina. Right wing feed broken up before it got through cleanly, and now Scardina wheels back into his own territory. To McCann, and up ahead for Scardina again. Cutting to the right side, back into the middle. Getting in tight. Stiff angle, and a shot missed the goal of Curtis Chapman. Chen pinches in. The puck goes out towards center. Sherwock drops to McCann. On the left side, Franklin. After the puck deep in the Victoria zone. Berger's on Franklin. Franklin to Sherwock. Wrist shot into the glove of Chapman. He'll hang on to stop the play. And a face-off coming inside the Victoria zone. And the Grizzlies are now on that power play for 1:12.
What's funny, we heard Craig Didmon say in the first intermission that his team's got the 3rd-ranked power play in the league, but they're never on the power play. And their first power play was 1:09. This second power play, 1:15. So you're talking about 2 power plays that should be 4 minutes, and they're substantially less than that.
Newhook back for the puck beside his goal. Shovels the puck across, and Berger's going to bring this power play forward. Lucas Clark is with him on the right side. Berger carries himself. Got the puck in deep. Skapski wins possession and dumps down the ice. Nice job by the Capitals there to force the Grizzlies to go back, and Franklin's up on a forecheck. Newhook scampering out of his own territory. A pass over the line for Nuther. Nuther feeds the middle. Duran couldn't take it. Skapski clears to the wall. Franklin can't get the puck out though. Coming into the slot goes Duran. Didn't get his shot through, and on his knees, Pochopinski was able to clear right down towards Chapman. Jackson Alexander back in behind his goal. 20 seconds of power play time remain. The worst penalty killing in the BCHLs look pretty good here. The Capitals ranked 17th, but doing a nice job. Here's a break from McCown to the goal. Puck knocked away and comes back to the blue line. Finson attempting to keep it in. Rome will, but just for a quick moment, Boo Grist lifts the puck back inside the Victoria zone. Power play over. Grizzlies in possession. Rome down the right wing, pulls up on the half wall. Feeds the slot. There's a wrist shot, didn't get through. Loose puck in front of the goal. Comes back to the blue line now for Somerville. Loading up, wrist shot blocked on the way by McTavish. Somerville put the puck down the right side. Capitals trying to clear, they can't. A chance in tight, and Friedman is stopped by Pichette. Another solid save, and again, no rebound from J.J. Pichette.
Victoria's just out of sync on that power play. Again, it's a reoccurring theme with this team. They've passed up opportunities to shoot so far in this game. For the first 24 minutes, they've really passed on their opportunities. Here's Friedman, has an opportunity, backhands it on. He had a guy on the outside that just comes into your screen at the end. They're passing up opportunities to shoot the puck.
And when you've lost a few games in a row, it's that mental side of the game that you need to find a way to get back. 4 straight losses, 3 in 3 on the weekend road trip, and adversity with missing bodies and missing goaltenders for sure. And new goaltender Curtis Chapman in net tonight. And the good news that Rome is back in the lineup. Newhook's back in the lineup. That should help the offense eventually, as here's a centering feed that's broken up as a sprawling play was made by Skapski. Now a centering feed again, and open was Thompson, but he couldn't get Wood on the shot. Capitals try to clear, and they will. Chen. A lead feed to Gosselin over the Victoria line. Gosselin, weak wrist shot. Chapman made the save, and he tried to sprawl out for the rebound. And there, Kyle's what we just talked about, as you see the scrum developing beside the net. But just before this scrum, Thompson was wide open on the left side, and he couldn't quite come up with the puck.
And there's a little bit of roller derby down there now, and Chen took what Victoria's looking at as a late hack on Chapman. They didn't like that at all, and these teams have only played each other. This is the second time they've played all year, and they're starting to ramp up the dislike for each other. And this is just a routine save that was made a little more difficult by Chapman. His own worst enemy on that one.
And everybody, it seemed, was on the end wall in that scrum after that stop by Curtis Chapman. Caleb Franklin getting set for a face-off. He's got Tinling beside him, and that was the duo that scored the Cowichan Valley Capitals' second goal back in the first period at 15:49. McCallion into the Cowichan zone left side, centering feed. Friedman with a shot, and a great stop by Pichette. The puck is loose underneath him. Wonderful save by J.J. Pichette on Friedman. McCallion with a perfect feed. McCallion feeds Finson left point. Wrist shot Pichette with another save, and the Grizzlies coming very close on that shift.
Well, I think the Capitals have a good one in Pichette. He was good against the Nanaimo. As I mentioned, there were some goals he was just not going to stop. This is just highlight reel stuff. Goes across the crease and good lateral movement, but he's able to close up shot before the puck leaked through. Just terrific save, and that's a highlight reel save, and that's one that gets the entire bench fired up when they see their goaltender make a save like that.
Execution was at a high level that time for McCallion and Friedman, but at an even higher level for J.J. Pichette. Shots are 14-13 Victoria. The only 2 goals have come off the sticks of Cowichan Capitals. Pochopinski, left side over the Victoria line. Moves the puck down deep. Pochopinski gets loose. Puck in front of the goal. No clean shot for McTavish. And Newhook brings Victoria the other way. Room on the right side. Newhook tried to center. Puck went right onto Pichette, and he kept that out. Pochopinski deals it around the wall. McTavish dumps the puck backwards to Yuri Davis-Martel. Davis-Martel, Troy McTavish. A long dump in. Berger has to chase it beside his net. Just over 5 minutes into this second period. Capitals by 2. Nolan down the left wing, pulls up, wrist shot, and Pichette reaches up with the glove, and he hangs on to that. The 15th Victoria shot on net.
Well, I hate to contradict myself, but we're talking about how Victoria needs to shoot the puck. Doran was wide open at the blue line. If they just look up, throw it to him, he can walk in with plenty of time to find a hole.
Off of one face-off, the Capitals try to clear. Bugrist is onto it. Clears high off the glass, out to center, in behind Durant. Broadhurst tries to catch up to the puck. He centers a quick shot, deflecting loose in front of the Victoria net. Larkin was in the vicinity for that chance. Sherlock drifts the puck back into his own end, comes up with it, moves it around the wall. A keep in by the Grizzlies. Alexander left side, he's piled into. Battle continues. Hadley searching for the puck beside the Cowichan Valley net. Now he's in behind. Some help down deep as the puck is dumped back to Duran right side. Alexander, opposite wing with a shot, stopped by Pichette. Rebound is loose. Pichette is down. The puck goes all the way back to the blue line for Duran. A wrist shot, tipped, stopped by Pichette. Rebound is loose, and he dives onto it. just ahead of the on-rushing Victoria forward. Dangerous opportunity there, and Westhaver hoping for a rebound, but the goalie was quicker.
Pachette's been very good in this game. That's the right idea by Victoria, though. You get some sustained pressure, you just throw the puck on net. There's no harm in it, and a lot of good things can happen when you throw it on. That looked harmless by Durant. Just throws it on, and it bounces, and Westhaver is a split second away, maybe, of directing that one into the net.
Capitals control off a defensive zone face-off, but can't clear. Heavy work by Thompson. Chen with an opportunity. To the wall for Nicholas Wilson. Wilson and Chen get crossed up. Chen on his backhand gets the puck just outside the blue line, and a hand pass is now going to stop play with 13:21 left in the second period. 2-0 for the Cowichan Valley Capitals, and the Grizzlies starting to take over momentum in the hockey game as Chen was unhappy about that clearance that led to the whistle.
I think he might have a case. I think it went off the linesman's hand, and it's a hand pass, but it went off the linesman's hand. I think that might be what Chen's arguing, but absolutely Victoria's starting to ramp it up a little bit now, and Cowichan has to match that desperation that Victoria's starting to show.
Wilson down the right side, moves the puck to the left wing. Scardina down low, Wilson beside him. Gostin goes to the front. O'Malley for Victoria. Clears to the blue line. Thompson got the puck towards center. Scardina almost gave it up at the line. Now Somerville is on to it. Moves the puck to Noble. Noble, long pass. O'Malley takes it at center and dumps the puck in deep. Chen beside his net. Backhands to the wall. Puck nearly stolen away. Wilson's going to try and pin it up now. Drops it back to Skapski. Skapski couldn't clear. Somerville, long shot into the glove of Pachette. And behind the play, Westhaver is all wrapped up with a fallen Cowichan player on the end wall. That's Skapski.
Yeah, Skapski and Westhaver. It's Vancouver Island Pro Wrestling down there in the deep in the end. But again, that's a shot from the point that Frechette sees all the way. You're not going to beat many guys from there if they see it clean.
Another attack zone face-off for the Grizzlies. Lucas Clark, the captain, set on the draw. Wins it back to the blue line. Finson over for Berger, jumping down off the line. Puck into the corner. The Capitals' Boo Grist won it to his partner McCann. McCann clears. Not out though. Now the puck does come outside the blue line. Grizzlies are trapped offside. They vacate the zone and set up another rush. Friedman had to go off his stick. After the puck on the right wing, TJ Friedman bumping with Franklin. Capitals cleared just outside the blue line. LaRoche over the Victoria line. Put the puck in front. Tinling couldn't quite take it. Grist from the half wall. Down low to Tinling. LaRoche is right beside him. Scrum develops. This is where Cowichan was so good in the first period, doing more of it in the second. 4 players deep beside the Victoria net as the puck comes back to the line for Boo Grist. Loading up with a wrist shot deflected wide. Up to the side for LaRoche. Chips down low. Tinling and Franklin were there. Nother's going to take it out. Ethan Nother skating forward over the red line. Over the blue line. Couldn't dangle through. Puck still inside the zone. Great move by Newhook to hold it. Down low for Friedman, bumping with McCann. Friedman goes down. Capitals take control. Tate Coughlin for McTavish at center, but he's knocked over by Durant. Durant across ice for Jackson Alexander. Room and time and a pass to McCallion. First center on the left. Into Cowichan territory. Gets by one. He's tripped up. Got the puck across the goal. Durant from an angle stop by Pachette. And a power play coming for the Victoria Grizzlies. What a rush by Justin McCallion.
There's that outstanding speed, and you can see his face right here. He's pretty upset that he didn't get that one on net, but a great rush, draws a penalty. If he would have got through there and maybe finished this would have been a play of the week for sure.
Chapinski, that's what you call a good trip, because McCallion was just about to get by. Still made a centering pass attempt. Victoria looking for this power play. You mentioned, Kyle, their first 2 are less than 2 minutes. They're hoping this one too is less than 2 minutes for a different reason. Another trip on Rome. That went undetected. Boy, that was fortunate for Cowichan Valley. Rome tripped up at his own blue line. Could have been 5-on-3, and play will continue 5-on-4. McCallion through center. makes a move. Some help from Rome over the line. Rome into the slot, wrist shot, and he missed the goal with it. Thompson from the right side for McCallion, lets it go. Skapski chasing Rome. Rome to Friedman. Friedman passing to McCallion. Waiting in behind the net, looking out front. Rome, half wall left side, at the line to Finson. Now to Friedman. Friedman for Finson. To Rome, waiting, passing to the middle. Thompson check, and it's cleared to the line, but not out by Skapski. A wrist shot bounces high, right to the side of Pachette's goal. McCallion wins it back. Rome has to chase now left side. Rome got the puck in below the goal. It's taken away by McCann. Clears it just off the stick of Finson. And the Grizzlies try and bring the puck over the line again. Rome failed to negotiate the line. Here's a breakaway for Scardina, shorthanded. He's ready on goal. Chapman made a great save. There's his best save today on the breakaway by Scardina. Clark back the other way for the Grizzlies, driving in right side. Clark's in tight, tried to jam it. The puck is loose by the crease, and the net is off in behind Pachette as they go end to end.
Well, you said a save of the day. Well, I think you just saved the day. This goes to 3-0. The way Victoria struggled to score goals lately, it might be lights out, but that is a great save. He just stuck with it. He comes in, Scardina looking for the 5-hole, and Chapman just closes it up. That's a beautiful job. And then here's the jam attempt by Clark that didn't work.
Berger from the line, right side, Newhook puts it in front, loose puck, and it's shot to the side. Newhook on the right to Berger at the blue line. Victoria putting on pressure, 14 on the power play. Newhook, Berger, Newhook again. Pass to the middle, sent back to Newhook on the right side. Newhook to Duran beside the net, the defenseman way down deep. Duran trying to get the puck out front. Another joining him, still Duran. Another power plays over. Another bottom of the left circle. Stick handed, looking cross ice. Newhook's there. Newhook back to the blue line to Berger. Berger to the left circle. Another hanging on for Newhook with a shot that didn't get through to the goal. Puck is cleared up the boards, but still it's Victoria with pressure. Clark to the line to Berger, walking in. Wrist shot deflected off the goal stick of netminder J.J. Pachette. Finally, the Capitals able to clear and get a change in. 2-0. They continue to lead with 8:45 left in the second. Here's a centering pass, a chance all over in front. They score! Larkin! 3-0 Cowichan after a tremendous Victoria power play goes for naught.
Lucas Clark at the end of his shift had no gas left. Pochopinski had plenty, and he makes this play possible.
What a wonderful feat.
Pochopinski, just a great job forcing the turnover. Larkin all alone in front, no chance at all. Looks like Chapman overplayed it though, and Larkin a wide open net to shoot at, but that's Pochopinski making the play out in front, and a good finish by Larkin.
Second point of the day for Ty Pochopinski. And you're right, I think Chapman did overplay Larkin, but Larkin was wide open in front, and nobody thought that Pochopinski was going to win that puck that cleanly and have Larkin in front of the goal. Larkin a great move, but Pochopinski just a wonderful one battle to give the Cowichan Valley Capitals a 3-0 lead, and that was after both teams executing so well. Victoria looked great on that power play, but Cowichan as well. There was not a lot of easy opportunities there. A lot of control by the Grizzlies, but in terms of that second effort and hard on the puck play, Cowichan Valley a great job on, as we've referenced, the league's worst penalty kill.
The league's worst penalty kill was playing the box on that penalty kill, and Victoria was forcing the puck into the slot. It just wasn't there, but they kept forcing it, and they kept having the puck turn over deep in Cowichan territory. And if it's not there, you got to try something else. You can't keep forcing it, and that's what Victoria did on their power play. And then at the tail end of that power play, right when it expired, you know, it just, worst case scenario for Victoria, they give up another one. And look at this beautiful play by Skapski, sliding down, blocking the pass out in front, and maybe Westhaver elevate a little bit, but these cross-ice passes that Victoria have tried, they've connected on a couple, but they really, a low percentage of success these cross-ice passes in the slot for Victoria. But as I said, if it's not there, you got to change it up. You got to try something else. And here's this goal again. Pochopinski, just a great job working hard, finding Larkin, wide open net, 3-0.
You know, great work by our crew as you saw the two different facial expressions just before that highlight package on the benches. Craig Didmon in disbelief, his team is down 3-0, and Brian Passmore just saying to his team, more of the same, guys, more of the same.
Well, they've won a lot of the battles in this game. There isn't much you can nitpick about this game. They've played very well.
There's a chance from an angle. O'Malley stopped by Pichette as the Grizzlies get back to work on the attack. And as much as Coach Brian Passmore was saying to his team, guys, more of the same, more of the same, I think in this second period, in terms of the sheer volume of opportunities and attack zone time, it's been the Victoria Grizzlies that have done a lot of the right things.
They have had a good period. They've been able to sustain pressure from that perspective, but ultimately you needed that third goal. You didn't get it. It's 3-0 now, and they're going to have to open it up now because down 3-0, time's becoming a factor. So expect Victoria to open it up a little bit.
The team in last place in the Island Division, playing with confidence, looking for back-to-back wins. Grizzlies in possession. Westhaver over the blue line. Westhaver wrist shot, deflects towards O'Malley. Grist tries to box him out. Sherlock through a check on Westhaver, and he's going to get called for it. And pushing and shoving behind the goal as the helmet comes flying off of Sherlock.
Well, that's hard to argue that play by Thompson, but he might eliminate his own team's power play. His own guy gets drilled from behind. He's going to get a penalty. One of the Capitals is going to get a penalty. He came to the aid of his teammate, but the way he did it is illegal, and they're going to put you in the box for this more often than not. Here's the hit. Sherlock on Westhaver. Thompson, if he lets it go, they're going to go to the power play, but that shot right there eliminates their power play, and now it's going to be 4-on-4, so a missed opportunity for Victoria to go on a pretty good power play the way the season's unfolded so far.
Still 5-on-5 with both Sherlock and Thompson getting called on that last sequence. Big hit on the wall by Rome as a loose puck is in front of J.J. Pichette. It comes to the point, Alexander with a keep-in. Skapski steals the puck, working behind the goal. Plays it off. Rolling at center ice, a puck for Pochopinski and Friedman. Friedman gets back to it first. Launches one to the blue line. Coming out Rome. Into the Cowichan zone, Jamie Rome. Left side pass, Alexander couldn't take it. Now he recovers the puck. At the line, Duran has some room. Duran, wrist shot, Pichette traps that and he hangs on. He was looking around a little bit, but he did make that save, and Duran was hoping for a rebound or a tip, but none came.
That's a good play by Duran. Just put the puck on net. You got McCallion doing the flyby, maybe deflects it in. That's a good play. I'm not sure if it's a set play, but they get traffic in front. They have a clear lane to shoot. They fire it on, and he missed the deflection, but Pichette just stayed with it.
McCann tried to clear from his own corner. Scardina helping him. Jackson Alexander down low for Victoria. A pass to Clark. Another pursues on Nicholas Wilson. Wilson clears, but blocked by Durant. Gosselin trying to get the puck out. He will. Scardina at center. Beaten to the puck by Alex Newhook. Lucas Clark now. Over the Cowichan line. Driving in. Clark centering feed. Newhook in tight, and somehow that puck stayed out. Great pass from Clark, and Newhook couldn't quite finish the play. Capitals come back through center. Scardina over the line, a drop pass. Now a chance for McCann walking in, centered it. It goes in off the skate of Scardina. It's 4-0.
Well, that one went off a skate, but I don't think it was directed in off the skate, so this should count. 4-0, and Chapman is muttering to himself right now in the crease.
No kicking motion that I saw from Scardina, but it definitely went off his skate. He made the initial pass and then gets the goal to go off him and into the net. Wilson putting it across. McCann to the goal, and right off the leg and over the goal line. There's no way that that's going to get called off based on the replay that we have here. Now, of course, the officials don't have one. They're going by what they saw. but there's no kicking motion that we can see.
It looked like he was just putting his skate out to stop the puck. There was no kicking motion. He wasn't directing it into the net.
It's a goal.
I'm with you, Dan, and the refs are with us too on that one. Just another job in front of the net of corralling a puck by Cowichan, and it ends up in the net. We talked about their 3 wins this year were all games where they scored 5 goals. They're 1 away from that right now.
You can see on that last angle, off the skate, but he got the stick on it as well. Scardina making it 4-0 Cowichan Valley. And he started that play and drove the net. Wilson to McCann to Scardina off his leg. And it just did go off the blade of his stick before it crossed the goal line too. Leaving no doubt. And you have to like the camera work on that one. Capitals get possession again, leading down 4-0 in the second period. Skapski pursued hard to the wall. Nolan down low, puts the puck to the front for Hops. Hops back to the blue line, left side to Finson. Took a wrist shot, Pichette fights it off. Nolan left corner, trying to advance. Help from Hadley. A keep in by Finson now. Hadley again tried to glove the puck up to his stick and get it towards the goal. That's exactly what he does. Hops held up by Skapski, who's going to get called. And the Grizzlies will go to the man advantage here. 4-0 Cowichan Valley with 5:08 remaining in this second period. And it's almost like everything's going the way of the Capitals right now, and nothing the Grizzlies can do can stop the avalanche that they're having to deal with.
Well, I'm not sure if they're going to call 2 penalties on Cowichan here, but LaRoche basically put his arm around a guy and hauled him down at the stoppage. Skapski for sure is going to go off, and I really don't know how you can argue. I mean, that was pretty clear, but LaRoche lucky not to get a penalty there too. Like, he's holding him, and the refs sometimes give you some grace. They didn't call it initially, but as he kept on going with it, they had to call it.
Thompson to Friedman. Friedman back at the blue line to Finson. Loading, wrist shot blocked. Pochopinski trying to clear but can't. Friedman to Rome, left wing. Plays it across ice for Cam Thompson. Thompson working down low with McCallion. McCallion right side. Has Friedman with him just inside the line. Friedman takes the puck now. TJ Friedman deep into the corner. Stick handling, cutting behind the goal. Banks it back to the line for Rome. To Finson. Finson to Thompson. Wrist shot stopped by Pichette. Rebound is chopped wide by Friedman. Rome recovers. Tips it back to Finson. Right side, Friedman, cross ice. Rome walking in. Wrist shot. Pichette the save. Rebound is there. Pichette still down. Made another stop on a rebound. Puck goes into the corner. Played back to Finson again. Finson, wrist shot, ramps high. Pichette wanted to try and jump up and catch that to get his team a whistle. Now they get the puck, and it just does get outside the line as McTavish goes at Jamie Rome. Rome back into his own zone. Scardina pursues. Scardina, one of the goals in this game, also missed in a shorthanded breakaway in this second period. Jackson Alexander over the Cowichan line, dropping for another. Another puts it to the net, sticked away by Pichette. Puck loose in the corner for Wilson. Being wrapped up by another. Scrum for possession continues on the boards. 28 seconds of power play time remain for the Grizzlies. They've got the puck now. Out near the line, Duran cutting to the right. Duran plays it back across. As he does so, it's going to be a Cowichan Valley power play in 21 seconds. Rome for interference is the call, so 4-on-4 temporarily.
Yeah, that's just not a good penalty to take at this juncture with 3:29 left in the second period. Cowichan up 4-0.
Offensive zone penalty. Rome just trying to gain an advantage for his team. Cross check in the back as Duran was carrying the puck. You talk about ones that are easy to detect. Lots of evidence there. 26-16, the shots favor the Victoria Grizzlies. 4 goals on 16 shots for the Cowichan Valley Capitals here on home ice. Newhook in the 4-on-4 for Clark. Got the puck towards Pichette, trying to reel it in, and he will hang on right beside the Cowichan Valley Capitals goal. And Adam Marcoux, who we saw here playing for the Cowichan Valley Capitals, Kyle, had not the numbers, but faced so many shots and has some great games this year. Got traded to the Trail Smoke Eaters, and you wonder at that point what's going to happen. Yan Derry was also let go, so the two guys that were here in Cowichan to start the year both gone, but JJ Pichette has been quite a find. He's been quite a find, and I think you touched on it. Adam Marcoux had been very good for the Capitals, although he didn't have the numbers to show it. And when you have a guy like him get traded, it sends a message to the rest of the team that they need to step things up. Newhook with the puck. Wrists it towards the net, onto Pichette. He makes the save. He started the year with the Kerry Park Islanders in the Vancouver Island Junior Hockey League, and a pretty good advertisement for Junior B hockey when you see a guy like Pichette playing this well at the Junior A level. Junior B, some people think it's just the lowest level, and it's Junior B, but there's a lot of players who have come to the BCHL from Junior B. Heck, there's a lot of players who have gone to the WHL from Junior B. It is a great development level, and Pichette, obviously, from what we've seen tonight, has developed quite nicely. One of the guys just picked to go to the World Junior A Challenge out of Nanaimo, Carter Turnbull, a graduate of the Nanaimo Buccaneers Junior B program, just to the north of us. Puck is cleared by Westhaver down the ice. Caps on the man advantage for the next 1:15. Don't have to have a lot of desperation. Up 4-0, but they'd love a fifth. Tinling dumps the puck in deep. Tate Coughlin after it. Cleared instead by the Grizzlies, rolling to the blue line. Westhaver comes to center with Hadley. Westhaver chips the puck down deep. Scardina bumping with Hadley, and Scardina takes the puck away. Trying to start out. Hadley's on top of him though. Scardina takes the puck back, lifts it to Wilson. Nicholas Wilson inside the Victoria zone. Deep into the corner, left side. Skates behind the net. Wilson passes off Coughlin, a wrist shot. Stopped in the short side by Curtis Chapman. And you find out you're coming to the BCHL. You're going to play for the Victoria Grizzlies, the team that won the Island Division last year. You don't think it's going to start like this. 4 goals and down 4-0 in your very first game on the road. It's not going to start like this. Well, yeah, I mean, he comes here from Calgary, and, it was a quick turnaround, as we alluded to at the outset of this game. And it's just, his team's just been off in this game. Defensively, offensively, discipline, it just hasn't been there tonight. Capitals with a long pass for Larkin. Touches it up, Chapman comes up, clears himself to center ice late in the power play. McCann. A pass out of the reach of Wilson. Puck to center for Pochapinski. Throws it down deep. Chapman comes out of his net. Plays to the glass. Somerville's trying to win it. Capitals do instead. Pochapinski's pass for Larkin didn't connect. Larkin battling in the corner, but it's TJ Friedman for the Grizzlies. Can't clear on the first try. Does on the second, but the Caps take over. Chen for Pochapinski. Coming down the right side, a wrist shot stopped by Chapman, and he'll hang on to that. Offensive zone draw to come for Cowichan Valley in a 4-0 lead, still being outshot though, 28-18. They are being outshot, but it's just been the breakdowns for Victoria in their own zone that have really led to this score line. And when you're on a losing streak like Victoria is, I mean, really, you don't have to tell Cowichan about it. They know all about losing streaks this year. It just, everything is harder, and you make everything harder on yourself just because you're in kind of a funk, and right now Victoria's in that funk. Clark drifts one to the goal. That's caught by JJ Pichette. Standings in the Island Division, Powell River and Nanaimo at the top. The Kings with 38 points, the Clippers with 37. Victoria 5 back, 10 up on Alberni Valley. And then the Cowichan Valley Capitals only 11 points. So right now 21 points in behind the Victoria Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies getting into that territory where you're in a bit of no man's land. Alberni Valley's way behind, but you're starting to lose some ground on those top teams in Powell River and Nanaimo. Well, absolutely. Right now they are a third place team, and there's really no way you can deny it. As you mentioned, Dan, they are entrenched in that third spot. Out to center ice, a loose puck for Tate Coughlin. Down the right side, coming in on goal. Took a shot, stopped by Chapman, rebound, loose at the side of the net. Wrap around attempt, a jam play by McTavish. The goaltender's down, and Chapman comes up with it. Coughlin and McTavish, along with Pochapinski, looking dangerous, and Coughlin getting into it at the end of that shift. Lucas Clark is being restrained by the linesman. McTavish is the combatant with him. And here's where the emotion really starts to ratchet up. 38 seconds left in the second period, and that frustration could boil over. We could see a different type of third period than what we've seen in the first two.
Oh, you mean a third period like we saw last Wednesday where there were 4 fights between Nanaimo and Cowichan? Well, some fans don't like fighting, others do. We could see a few of them in the third period.
Great saves by Chapman there on McTavish, who was just banging away.
The puck was loose, and Victoria didn't like the extra hack that McTavish took, maybe 2 or 3 extra hacks, if you ask Victoria.
Both he and Clark into the penalty box for their role in all of that. Broadhurst behind the Victoria goal. Banks the puck to Davis Martell, left point. Wrist shot deflected wide, rebound, chance shovel to the net. Chapman is sprawling, and he kept the puck out. Skapski dumps down low. Sherwan couldn't get the puck, and it rolls down the ice. Icing waved off his, back into his own zone goes Skapski. Battling Thompson, who knocks him down heavily. Puck comes to the blue line. Alexander to Duran. Took a wrist shot, stopped by Bichette. Rebound, Bichette is down. O'Malley shoots, he scores! Falling to the ice, Sean O'Malley with 0.9 seconds left in the period. Victoria's on the board.
And a lot of people will look at that as a goal that doesn't really mean anything. That is absolutely untrue. You go to the locker room down 3, it's a whole lot different than going down 4. Giving up a goal in the last minute of any period is absolutely a killer for momentum. And look at O'Malley. He's heading down and he throws it up, and that's just a great finish by O'Malley. Stayed with it, put it upstairs, and that is a goal that, I mean, it's 4-1 now. They go into the locker room with a ton of confidence. 20 minutes to score 3 goals against a team that has really struggled in third periods this year.
And what a hard-working goal that was, from Duran to Westhaver to O'Malley with the finish, and he got really popped by Broadhurst at the end. Those are the types of goals that the Capitals have been scoring in this game, the hard-working goals. No better example of that than Pochopinski feeding the middle of the ice for Larkin's goal, but that was a big, big goal. You're right in the scope of this game. And a third period to come with a 3-goal Cowichan lead on the Grizzlies. Let's head downstairs and join Matt Carter.
Thank you very much, Dan and Kyle. Yes, after 40 minutes there, Sean O'Malley, the Victoria Grizzlies, getting the Grizzlies onto the board. Still trailing 4-1, though. Cowichan Capitals looking good at home. As I think one of the guys mentioned there a little bit while, a lot of penalties for both those teams, especially for the Cowichan Capitals, so we'll see if they can stay out of the box. The Grizzlies look pretty good on the power play so far, but again, the 4-1 lead for J.J. Pichette and the Cowichan Capitals. Pichette with some great work in net. All right, shots on goal, Victoria 29, Cowichan 22 on there. And right now, a little bit later on, we're going to be talking to the assistant coach, Dan Whiteford of the Cowichan Valley Capitals, to see how the team, you can see they're responding very well in this game and also how they're feeling after their win earlier this week. But right now, we're going to take a look more at the Victoria Grizzlies, and they have 2 quite amazing young guns in their roster, forward Alex Newhook and defenseman Jackson Alexander. Let's take a break and take a look at them right now.
Victoria Grizzlies are looking for a championship season, and with a well-balanced roster and a couple of hot prospects in the form of Alex Newhook and Jason Alexander, they might just get there. Just ask veteran bench boss Greg Didmon.
We're a good hockey club. We got 4 scholarships already to start the season, and we got a number of more coming for sure. We're more of a veteran team with 13 veteran players, as well as we got a lot of young players in real key positions.
One of those young players is 16-year-old rookie Alex Newhook, already committed to Boston College for the fall of 2019 and projected to be a sought-after pro draft pick in 2 years. Originally from the East Coast, he's come a long way in a short time.
I started off playing hockey, around when I was 4, in St. John's, Newfoundland.
And yeah, hockey's just always been pretty big in my family and in my community and stuff like that. So that's just kind of how I got into it. Then when I was 14, I moved away to St. Andrews College in Aurora, Ontario. I played 2 years there, last year and the following year, and then leads me to this year. So kind of came up through the ranks in Newfoundland and then moved away when I was 14 and been away ever since. Came here, it was kind of a good option for me. I have an aunt that lives in Victoria, so it kind of worked out that way that I could make everything work, guardianship-wise and whatever.
His agent was really strong in wanting him to play in the BCHL and keeping his NCAA rights available as he's going to Boston College in a couple years. He's on the draft watch for the first round for 219. And he's just a great student of the game.
Jackson Alexander is another young player to watch. Selected in the first round of the 2016 WHL Bantam Draft by Swift Current, he's also opted to play in the BCHL to keep his scholarship eligibility.
I just feel for myself it's probably a better route for me. There's longer time to develop and you get a great education out of it. And yeah, just a couple more years to play, and I think it's a lot better route this day for me. So.
We mentioned the veteran core, and helping to steer the course and provide a solid role model to the young rookies is Victoria native Marty Westhaver.
All our older guys, we all know that we have 2 young 16-year-olds on our team that are still in grade 11 at high school, and we have to show them that hockey's fun and you can goof around, but you got to be able to show up to the rink every day and work and focus and get ready to play a game. And it's a job which is the best job there is.
The big thing is definitely for the team. Like we want to get going. We want to, obviously improve our record, and we want to win the Island Division, and then go on to, win as much as we can. And for me, just keep helping the team out any way I can. Keep playing the way that I know I can, and then hopefully, points will come with that, and everything will come with that.
I like what I see. If we don't get ahead of ourselves or take for granted how precious it is to win a hockey game in this league, we should have success.
With the right mix and a coach who knows how to stir the pot, this could be a very good season for the Grizzlies. And keep an eye on Newhook and Alexander, because they too could go all the way.
Rivals. Noun. A person or thing competing with another for the same objective or for superiority in the same field of activity.
The BCHL is back live on Shaw TV. Things will heat up on the ice as Island rivals face off against one another up and down and all around Vancouver Island. 5 teams are all fighting one another to claim the status of Island champs. Tune in for our monthly Island matchup, only on Shaw TV.
After 40 minutes, Alec Jackson and the Grizzlies trailing the Cowichan Valley Capitals 4-1. Again, that's after 40 minutes of action. Very pleased now, our second intermission guest. Very pleased to be joined by Capitals assistant coach Dan Whiteford. Thank you so much for joining us, and give us your thoughts on the first 40 minutes.
I think so far we're playing the game we want to play. We're a team that likes to get the puck down low and chase, and we're not going to win the 10-1 games. We're going to win the 3-2 games. It's going to be a dirty game and a fight and for every inch of the ice. And so far, we banged in a couple goals. Our goaltender JJ's been playing well tonight. He's made some saves when he has to. We've been opportunistic on that last couple goals there, and hopefully we got 20 minutes left here on the clock, and we put a good 20 forward and come out of here with 2 points.
Absolutely. Bichette, we saw him on the last Shaw TV broadcast in the game against Nanaimo, as you say, making some excellent saves. Just say a little bit about what he's done to the goaltending position here for your team.
Yeah, we had him in camp in the spring and really liked him, brought him back to main camp, and we'd had prior commitments already going in, so we got him to stay up here in AP with us, and with the proposition of him staying. And, the plan was obviously to put him in a backup role and get him to get his feet wet. He's been thrown into the number 1 for right now, but he's calm, he's poised, he doesn't panic, he doesn't get out of position, he doesn't let things bug him. Guys in traffic in the crease and pucks on net, and he doesn't let things get to him, and that's what you look for in a goalie. He's big, he's quick, he's agile, so he's been a big key for us back there.
Let's talk about the team. Obviously, it's been a tough stretch for the Capitals. No wins through the month of November, but a very big statement win against the Langley Rivermen. tops in their division, a 5-1 win. Just what did that win do for the mood of the team?
It definitely perked the mood up in there. You know, I think we've had a lot of hard luck wins, or hard luck losses, especially at home. And it kind of gets the boys down a bit. But, you know, obviously a game like that where we know Langley's a tough team, one of the tops in the mainland, and we come in and we played a 60-minute game, a lot like we're doing tonight. And, you know, we got the results we wanted, and everyone, you know, practice was a lot more pep in the guys' step in practice, and everything seemed to run a lot smoother this week. So, you know, it seemed to roll into today's game too.
Absolutely, yeah, obviously great energy from the Capitals so far today with that 4-1 advantage against Victoria, another strong team in the league. Just any other changes you could identify to sort of what's really improved the confidence of the organization?
Yeah, we've had a bunch of guys in the locker room. Some, you know, a lot of our veterans have been key, and you know, you only win 3 games so far in a year. That room can explode in there, and you know, we've had a lot of our veterans, Ty Pochapinski and you know, our captain Troy McTavish. You know, they've kind of kept that room together and kept all the boys, you know, for the most part as much as they could up and in tempo, and you know, those guys are a big key for us, big roles for us, obviously going forward.
Speaking of going forward, I got to let you get back to the locker room, get ready for 20 more minutes. So thank you very much, Dan Whiteford, again, Cowichan Capital assistant coach. Thank you so much for spending a second intermission with us.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, as mentioned, Whiteford and the Capitals up 4-1 after 40 minutes of action. Right now, we're going to take a look at Brian Passmore, who's the first-year bench spots of the Cowichan Valley Capitals. Passmore was actually an NHL draft pick with the Minnesota Wild and coached the Vancouver Island Junior League as well as the Shawnigan Lake School hockey program before making to the jump to the BC Hockey League and the Cowichan Capitals.
Following your love of the game, it doesn't just relate to hockey players. First-time Junior A head coach Brian Passmore of the Cowichan Valley Capitals is following his passion.
I've played this game my whole life, and I have a passion for the game. I study the game and stay up late at night and watch all the highlights and never stop learning. And you know, when I stopped playing hockey, I moved out here from Toronto, Ontario, and with my wife, and not knowing anyone locally on the island, I got in around the hockey arena, just helping out with some local hockey schools and instructing at some camps and clinics. I fell in love with that, and then I was able to coach at the Bantam level in minor hockey, and just the reception I got from the parents and the players, I fell in love with that, and ever since then I've you know, continued to build relationships and study the game.
Before making the jump to the BCHL, Brian was the head coach at Shawnigan Lake for their prep school Bantam hockey program. The transition from that to the junior hockey game has its differences.
Well, I noticed right away that, you know, the kids are faster, stronger. You know, they're more receptive to what I'm trying to show them. I don't have to go over it and over it so many times. You know, I think the kids we have here are all great kids. I could run a lot of the drills I like to do, and you know, not have to just work on the basics all the time.
He's real positive attitude coming in the year. A lot of new ideas, new drills, stuff like that. So I think he's had a real positive impact on the team.
Brian's bringing a lot of attention to detail to our group. You know, in practices, we're working hard on stuff that he's trying to get through to us, and you know, he's been really good to us so far. He really understands what it's like to be a player too. He played at a high level himself, so I think the transition from him from playing to coaching has been pretty good.
It's a lot, you know. So far, you know, you work on so many different areas of the game where one thing's going and something else isn't going, and once you think that you have that addressed, then you know you got to work on the power play or something else. So every day there's a challenge, and it's been great coming into the rink. And obviously our record isn't where we want it to be, but you know, we are getting better and better each day, and we're sticking together as a team, and that's the main thing, and that's what being a hockey team is all about.
The season's at its halfway point, and as Brian said, the team hasn't had the success on the ice they were looking for, but he knows what the team has to do to turn things around.
It's a mental thing where you got to stay positive, you got to take it one day at a time, and some days you don't get the results you want, but it's not from lack of effort, it's not from lack of an attitude or coming with the right approach every day.
He approaches it like every opportunity is a chance to learn. You know, every loss, okay, we got to break it down, see what we did wrong, and try and learn from that. And that's his biggest thing is let's learn from the mistakes. So at the end of the year, you know, we're ready to go.
There's always going to be a little bit of tough love, but you know, Brian's probably one of the most positive coaches I've ever had. And you know, if you make a mistake, he's not going to be the one to tear a strip off you right away. He's going to give you a chance to kind of redeem yourself out there, and that's really important because we got a young group in the locker room as well, and I think he understands that.
If you're not winning, you're learning. There's no losing. It's just mostly learning. And if you can get better from the losses, then that's something we can take moving forward here. When the wins come, that taste of winning is something you don't want to let go. We're very close, and it's just, you know, right now we're in a funk where we're vulnerable, where one little thing goes wrong, it can affect you. And that mental state is such a big part of the game, and that's where I feel the main focus should be right now, is just staying strong, staying together, not letting negative distractions outside affect us or anything to do with who's saying what. It's what's said in the room stays in the room, and that's the way it should be with the team.
There's still lots of hockey to be played this season. And Brian's goal for the team is simple.
We want to get wins. Our goal is to make the playoffs. We want to put some string of wins together and getting a good feeling around the community.
I think we're close. We're getting there. Teams are saying that we're really hard to play against, which is good. And we just gotta, you know, stay out of the penalty box and really bear down on chances when we get them, and then tighten up defensively. And I think we'll be fine after that.
We're doing a great job on the defense. Our penalty kill is much better, and our power play has been pretty good all year. If we string all those things together at the right time, and not panic so much and blow it all up, I think it's going to be where we're starting to see some wins come in, and then you learn to win. Sometimes losing is a habit, we know that, but we've talked about all those things, and I think the important thing is just to remind the players that, you know, it's positive will always come above the negative here, and if we can move forward like that, I think we'll be all right.
You're watching BCHL Hockey live on Shaw TV, broadcasting from the Island Savings Center here in beautiful Duncan, British Columbia. Cowichan Valley Capitals with the lead, 2-0 after the first period and 4-1 after the second. Let's take a look at our scoring summary now for the second period of action. Cowichan Capitals getting their first goal of the second at 11:19 of the period. Hugh Larkin with his fifth goal of the season. Ty Pokopinski with a nice battle to get the assist, his second assist of the game. Ethan Scardina stopped on a breakaway early in the period, comes back and gets a goal at 13:50, his eighth goal of the season. Andrew McCann and Raphael Gosselin with the assists. Victoria Grizzlies getting on the board with just under 1 second left in the second period. Sean O'Malley netting his third goal of the season. Marty Westhaver and Cameron Thompson with the assists there. Again, taking the goal to 4-1 heading into the third period of play. Shots after two periods, Victoria leading the Cowichan Capitals 31-22. JJ Pichette making many great saves there in the net for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. And Curtis Chapman, his first game after coming over from Calgary, in the net for Victoria. Again, 4 goals by him so far. All right, we're going to throw things upstairs now to our play-by-play team. Two guys who cannot agree which is a better video game, pole position or Rocket League. Send it up to Dan Marshall and Kyle Christensen.
Well, I'm going with pole position. Thanks, Matt. You mentioned the shots on goal. 32 of those shots in the second period alone. JJ Pichette making some big saves for the Cowichan Valley Capitals, and also his counterpart making some huge stops. Curtis Chapman settling into a bit of a groove as he gets his BCHL career going. And we're going to see a lot of saves between these two in the second period and some big goals. And we'll see what goal that, or what impact that goal has in the final moments that was scored by the Capitals, or against the Capitals, by number 12, Sean O'Malley.
Well, here's McCallion going cross ice, trying to find Friedman, and a nice cross ice save. I mean, that's a highlight reel save by Pichette. Just watch it again and enjoy. Just fantastic effort there. Here's that breakaway. Scardina tries to go 5-hole, doesn't work. But we'll revisit that breakaway later in the period. Pokopinski, hard work, throws it out in front. Larkin scores, misplayed by Chapman. He kind of overplayed it. Ends up wide open net for Larkin. He'll take it. That made it 3-0.
Underway in period number 3 An early whistle comes 17 seconds into the period. Capitals 4 and the Victoria Grizzlies 1. And this will be very interesting. These first 5 minutes, Kyle, a literal last second goal by Sean O'Malley. What's the impact going to be if there's a Victoria push? I think we're going to see it in the first 5 minutes.
They went to the dressing room and they had that goal, and it totally changes the complexion. It would have been a very somber dressing room if it went 4-0. It's 4-1. The guys are, probably banging their sticks on the ground, patting each other on the shoulders, saying, "We're down 3 goals. We can still do it." And here's this O'Malley goal. He's on his feet when he gets the shot off, and he's off them as he's finding out that he scored a goal. But that's 1 second left in a period. It can be deflating. Cowichan has a 3-goal lead though, so it's not like that made it a 1-goal difference. It's still 3 goals, and Victoria has a long way to go in this one.
It's a learning process for Brian Passmore's Cowichan Valley Capitals, how to close out games. When you just have 3 wins over the course of a BC Hockey League season, there's lessons learned on how to close out hockey games, and maybe a small lesson learned Saturday in that 5-1 win over the Langley Rivermen. But there's going to be a big test here, a divisional opponent and a team that's really hungry in the Victoria Grizzlies to break their own losing streak.
Cowichan has lost 8 one-goal games this year, so it is a process learning to win close games. We'll see how they do here. It's a 3-goal lead, but a long way from over with the firepower Victoria has.
Capitals doing exactly what they want on this shift. Grinding the puck down low, and now it's back to Chris right point. Floats it across the line. McCann has to back out. Pochopinski on the right to Broadhurst. Knifes the puck inside the Victoria zone. Out of his net to play it is Chapman. Shoots it to the wall. Hit the official is Finson. Slides the puck around near the blue line. Broadhurst with a keep in. Tate Coughlin gets to the puck, but he's taken off of it by Friedman. Grizzlies take possession. McCallion. Pass too hot to handle for Berger. Cuts in front of his goal now. He's going to lug it himself. Berger on the right side. McCallion for Berger. Back to McCallion. Plays the puck across ice. That's broken up. Davis Martell lost it to Newhook though. Newhook down low feed to Rome. Left side, put it across in front. Just missed McCallion. Tate Coughlin steals back for Cowichan Valley. Coughlin at center ice. Over the red line. Puts the puck in. Paddle down, saved by Chapman, and the Capitals will want as many of these as possible in the third. An attack zone faceoff is what's coming.
Part of the process when it comes to a young team learning how to win, especially in the division, is to be crisp in your own zone, crisp in the neutral zone. Do not turn the puck over, because if you turn the puck over and it leads to a 4-2 goal, then things get a lot more interesting. So Cowichan has got to keep the board play going in the offensive zone, and they have to guard against the turnovers in the neutral zone, because that can get Victoria back quickly.
There's a stop on a long range shot by Chapman. Puck loose beside him. Capitals trying to recover. Wilson left corner. Puck taken back by the Grizzlies, however. On the right side, Somerville got the puck to the Victoria attacking blue line, but no further, and now it's out of play. And we're seeing now taking a knee is Curtis Chapman. And boy, would this ever be something for the Victoria Grizzlies. Rose gone to the World Junior A, Parkinson on injured reserve, and you can see that Chapman still feeling a little bit uncomfortable in the Victoria crease.
Not sure what happened on the injury. Oh, it was almost a slew foot by Wilson coming across in the blue ice.
We'll watch and see how Chapman does over the next couple of minutes. But Wilson did get a piece of him on the way by the crease. 2.5 minutes into period 3. A centering pass in front of Pichette. Tipped to the blue line and out. Here comes Hugh Larkin over the line right side, driving to the goal. Centering pass, they score! 5-1, Cowichan Valley. What a rush by Larkin. Beautiful pass across ice and an easy put away for Cherwak.
Cole Noble got caught in no man's land. He didn't know whether to pinch or to back off. And Cowichan chips the puck past him. They go in on a 2-on-1. And I mean, you can't execute a 2-on-1 any better than that. Here's Larkin to Cherwak, goes past the pad, wide open net. I mean, that's just a beautiful finish, but, you know, that all started at the Cowichan blue line. Noble got caught in no man's land, deciding whether to pinch or to back off.
Larkin, a fantastic rush down the right side, and Sherlock wanted to be an option, and he was. Massive goal for the Capitals. They beat Salmon Arm at the end of October, 5-1. On Saturday, they beat the Langley Rivermen, 5-1. They're up 5-1 now in the third period against the Victoria Grizzlies. Franklin battling in below the goal line. The wins have been few and far between. There's only 3, but 5-1 has been a good story and a good scoreline for the Cowichan Capitals. Tinley puts the puck towards LaRoche. Grizzlies take it away, Durand. Durand gets the puck outside the line. Westhaver nudges it back into Jackson Alexander. Durand to Alexander, lots of room now for Westhaver at center. McTavish picks it off, in he goes. Wrist shot, put that one too high. Puck out to center and Tate Coughlin's onto it. Coughlin to Pochopinski for McTavish to the Victoria line. Tries to get the puck away from Berger. They're bumping on the end boards. Both go down. Puck to the blue line. Boo Grist tried to keep it in. He couldn't. It's called offside. And Jamie Rome was trying to get a breakaway the other direction. And the linesman whistled it down. Everything is coming up Cowichan right now as Rome thought he was going to have a partial break.
Yeah, that's a whistle that saves the day for Cowichan. And Rome's arguing it should never have been blown down. And I think some guys on the Victoria side of things would probably agree with him on that one.
You just saw the tail end of a Durand-McTavish collision there as the puck is shot by Grist deep in the Victoria zone. Vincent to it. Tate Coughlin pursues. Vincent gets away with possession. A pass forward to Jamie Rome. Across ice to Berger. Down the right wing. Shovels the puck in. Grist is back to it beside his net. Plays the puck to Coughlin. Coughlin puts it to the wall. Rome steals. McCallion to the right side. Finson winding, shooting, hoping for a tip from Rome in front. Puck goes back to the line. Finson to the net. That's broken up in traffic. Davis Martell flutters the puck inside the Victoria zone deep. And that's going to be an icing call against the Cowichan Valley Capitals. But the 4-goal lead restored on that wonderful 2-on-1 play by Sherlock. And you can't ask for anything better than what the Capitals are doing as a follow-up to a rare win on Saturday, looking good for the first time this year to win 2 in a row.
Well, Saturday they scored their first victory against a team with a winning record. Well, tonight they may score their first victory against a divisional opponent. So, you know, they have a long way to go to catch Alberni Valley, but they're taking steps, and that has to be encouraging because the season has not been good for them. You know, it's almost like an audition for next year, but, you know, they do have some very nice pieces right now.
A team with a record of 3-22, 2-3, there can be that sense that the guys are quitting. And we're certainly not seeing that from a Cowichan Valley team right now. A team going into a second half that thinks that they can be more than what they have been, as we're seeing some of the Cowichan offense. There was the goal scored by Scardina.
And here's O'Malley, and up and down, and he made it 4-1 at that point. And scrambles everywhere, boom, goal. This goal by the Capitals, though, is just beautiful by Larkin. He read it beautifully. He got, so he had a passing lane. He threw it out in front, Sherlock. It's one of the easiest goals he's going to score this year.
Grizzlies after the puck at center ice. Played on the left side for Clark. He had a man trapped offside. That was Newhook. Clark. Berger over the red line. Pounds the puck in. Bichette gets a touch on it. Boo Grist. He'll collect as the Grizzlies would have been offside, so Grist has some room and time. McTavish a clearance. Puck goes back to him and he defers now to McCann. For Scardina off the heel of his stick, and Finson takes over. Down the left side, Dane Finson to the slot. Clark, wrist shot. That was stopped on the way by goaltender Bichette. Back up the ice, the Cowichan Capitals. McCann chasing it down into Grizzlies territory. Moves the puck to the middle, but Newhook gets a block on it. Newhook for Dane Finson. Left side over the Cowichan line to the middle for Nuther. Finson took the puck back. The Newhook walking in, wrist shot, sails way high and goes out of play. And the Grizzlies just feeling that frustration. Everything's just a fraction of a second off, it seems, at both ends.
Well, there was a scary play inside of the Cowichan end as two of the Capitals connected, and it looked like kind of a scary leg-on-leg hit. And here it is right here. Look at you don't want to see that as a Capital or a coach, because you played a great game. The last thing you want to do is lose anybody to injury. And then credit the Capitals, they were able to knock a new hook shot out of play.
Here's Hadley. Deep for Victoria. Put the puck out in front for Hops. Goes to the line. Somerville. Wrist shot. Bichette reaching for it. Hops below the goal line with Hadley in front. Puck goes to Noble with a drive, and that one goes back to the blue line on the ricochet. Somerville holds it in. Down low for Hops. Tips the puck below the goal line. Nolan's on to it. Nolan out near the line. Pulls up. Passes off left side. Somerville. His stick broke on him as he tried to put it to the front. And now Cowichan back the other way with Broadhurst over the line right side. Wrist shot, stop, rebound there for Larkin. Goaltender down the net, comes flying off. Simple hockey. Shot and a rebound, almost paying dividends again for Cowichan.
Well, isn't that the kind of night it's been for Victoria? You take a shot from the point, your stick explodes, and then Cowichan comes back the other way, and instead of getting the stick that was waiting for him at the bench, he overskated it. And then he was in the defensive zone without a stick, and then it nearly ended up 6-1 Cowichan. But that's just the night it's been for Victoria. If stick explodes at one end, and you nearly give up a goal on the other.
Tinling gets the puck ahead. Room on the left side. Coming towards the Victoria goal. Tinling tried to center, and Chapman was down. Tinling takes the puck to the corner. Getting some help now. Puck to the line. Long range shot into the glove of Chapman off the stick of Davis Martel. He hangs on to that, and the shots have really evened up. Just a 4-shot lead for the Grizzlies, 32-28. That had been hanging around 10 shots in favor of Victoria most of the second period.
It was 31-22 going into the break. Victoria had 21 shots in the second period. Cowichan is 28 total, to give you an idea of how lopsided the shot count was in the second period.
Duran onto the puck here for Victoria. Puck floats back to the Cowichan line, taken by Tinling. Tinling, lead pass, left side, LaRoche. Chasing the puck to the end wall, Durant's chasing him. Big collision, Duran and LaRoche. Capitals still on the puck though. Tinling down deep, double teamed by two Victoria defenders. Help on the way from Caleb Franklin. Moves the puck back towards the blue line. The Grizzlies get the puck forward. Westhaver, left side over the line with Thompson. Westhaver moving in, but play whistled down behind the play. A penalty call or two coming. Tinling looks like he's going. Alexander does as well. Awful timing there for Victoria, and it's been that way in this period. Coming up the ice, Westhaver leading a rush, but behind the play, it's whistled down because of coincidental penalties. Looks like for roughing.
Maybe it would have been a bad call. The Capitals wouldn't have liked it if Tinling went by himself, but it's like you mentioned, Dan, that call eliminated what could have been a good scoring chance for Victoria, and that's happened a number of times in this game.
A look there at Jackson Alexander in the penalty box. The fine rookie born in 2001. Very bright future for him. We saw our intermission feature on Alexander at Newhook as the wrist shot goes wide at Bichette. Vincent from the left point, loading up with a shot. That was stopped. Rebound chance, and somehow Friedman was stopped by Bichette. The goaltender sprawled to take one away from TJ Friedman. Still 5-1 Cowichan Valley. And JJ Bichette has been the busier of the two goaltenders, but he's also been the better of the two. Machapinski for Cowichan Valley. Working deep on the forecheck. Tate Coughlin arrives to join him. Puck up the wall. Sent across ice for TJ Friedman. McCallion up with him at center. A pass on the left to Rome, bodied by Wilson. And the puck is taken back by Boo Grist. Grist behind his net. Hard pass up towards center. It was blocked by Noble. Had a man trapped offside. Grist again at center. Over the red line and dumps down deep. Noble goes back to take it. Noble hit hard by Scardina. Great check by the Capitals number 7. And now everybody piles on. And we're going to see a massive scrum. Will this break down into any individual altercations? Right now it's just a massive scrum thanks to a huge hit. Number 7 on number 7. Noble getting whacked by Scardina.
And it didn't look like it was a cheap hit by any stretch of the imagination. Scardina comes in, Noble has his head down, and you know, Scardina, that's a big hit. We saw a couple last week in Nanaimo, but that's a clean hit. And I don't like this way hockey's progressing, because in the olden days, I can't believe I'm at the point now where I can say that. It was like if you knock a guy flat, the play would continue. But now you knock a guy flat and it causes everybody to convene on the boards. I mean, Dan, tell me what's wrong with this hit.
That is fantastic from Scardina on Noble. And then everybody piles on. And one of the Victoria players is being attended to by the training staff back where that scrum initiated, and that is Noble. And he was hammered by Scardina. But you're right, Kyle, that is a clean check. And in today's game, a hard hit, whether it's dirty or not, seems to draw that kind of a response.
Well, I mean, let's look at it again. I thought his elbow was down on this one. Maybe, wow. I mean, that looks good to me, so.
If there's anything there, I think it's more forearm than elbow.
Yeah, but I mean, way back when, you'd pound a guy, lay him flat out, and play would go on. I just feel like there's too much of this nowadays.
Lucas Clark lobbying as he goes into the penalty box. Noble was cut. You could see the damage as he headed down towards the Victoria dressing room. So you wonder, he's certainly going to miss some time, but you wonder how much. And the penalty boxes are full up right now. 3 in the Victoria side, and it looks like 3 in the Cowichan side as well, as Coach Passmore looks on and the officials have some work to do. The notepad is out to try and figure out how this is going to be assessed, and there was no call initially until the scrum started, and then all the roughing exchanges. And that look of disbelief from Craig Didmon. Hard to believe last year's Island champs, with the way that they started the year, are in danger of losing 5 games in a row.
Matt, our colleague mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast that these teams go to the penalty box a lot. So he's one part reporter and another part prophet, because he really called this. You look at the penalty boxes right now, there is absolutely no room to move. I mean, at this point, you're probably wondering, okay, well, you're going to sit for the minute, and then you stand up, and then I'll sit for a minute, and then you have to figure out who gets to sit down, who has to stand up. There's not much room in there. It's going to be interesting to see how they call this.
An extra 2 minutes on the Victoria side to Somerville, and he was pretty much the first guy into the pile after the Scardina hit on Noble. So Cowichan is going to get a man advantage out of this situation. Neither one of these teams will play on Friday. On Saturday, the Capitals, well, they've been giant killers. They took down Langley. They're in the process of taking down Victoria. They've got Powell River here on Saturday. And on the other side, Saturday, Victoria hosts the Nanaimo Clippers in their next game. 2 versus 3 in the Island Division. A couple of massive Island Division games coming up for both of these teams, and still 11:29 left of this one.
And I mean, if this keeps up and Cowichan can upset some of the front runners in the Island Division just because they are last place, they could decide seedings in the playoffs.
And these two teams are going to play each other so much. December 15th, they will play again. Twice in January, 3 times in February. Here comes Cherwaka past the Larkin, just out of his reach. Larkin on the right side, battling for possession. Skapski tried to hold it in, unable to do so, and McCann tracks back. McCann's pass out to center ice. Brendan Cherwak shovels the puck ahead on the right wing. Vincent tried to clear it. Second chance he does. The Capitals in a 5-1 lead on the power play for the next 1:18, with the extra minor going Somerville's way after that long exchange. Might be an icing call here, though, against the power play. It is. And the faceoff will come all the way back down in front of J.J. Pichette in a game that's 5-1. You know, Pichette might have been Cowichan's best player. As much as it's been all about offense on the scoreboard, Pichette's been so good in net.
He held them in when they needed him to do that, when it was still close in this game. And if he's the replacement for Adam Marcoux, well, he's definitely making a good case for himself right now.
Capitals get a bit crossed up, trying to come out of their own end. Tate Coghlan plays the puck back to Skapski. Up ahead, Larkin drops off to Gosselin. That could have been dangerous. Gosselin taken down by McCallion. Play continues. On the right side, Davis Martel came over the line, but Coghlan was in early, and the timing on this Cowichan Valley man advantage hasn't been there. And both teams, when it comes to penalty killing, have been excellent in this hockey game.
Yeah, I mean, the power play's been pretty much null and void in this game, and that's one of those things where Tate Coghlan comes into the offensive zone, his teammate makes an extra move, and he sends him offside, and he looks to the sky. He's just like, if you would have just shot the puck in, I would have been first on it. But, you know, not much has gone wrong for Cowichan in this game.
A long shoot, and Chapman just dropped his stick. Has to recover his positioning as the battle continues to his left on the wall. LaRoche came piling in, but the puck came looping out down towards J.J. Pichette. More than halfway through the third period. Surprise, surprise, Cowichan Valley 5 and Victoria 1. Duran from center. Back into his own territory. Coghlan with a steal, comes over the line, but that's going to be called on an offside. And nothing is looking conventional about this Cowichan Valley power play at all.
It's not conventional, and this is a team that's lost 22 games this year, but if this is your first game of the season watching the BCHL from the comfort of your own home because it's broadcast on Shaw, you'd never know it because Cowichan has been the better team almost wire to wire despite the shot count.
I think what you can say, though, is this is not the roster that has lost 22 games. Brian Passmore has rebuilt things on the fly, and the culture has improved. The talent level has improved, and the Victoria Grizzlies are learning that on this Wednesday night. Loose puck at center. We're back to 5-on-5. Chen, a couple of assists in the game for him. Loses to Jackson Alexander. Alexander for Nother. Ethan Nother starting the Grizzlies ahead. Newhook trying to get a breakaway. Alex Newhook right in on goal. He dinks, he scores! Alex Newhook, and it's 5-2. He had a partial breakaway twice early in the game and couldn't quite get through. That time he did, and that was a beautiful finish.
He was going against guys with long reaches, the two partial breaks that he had, and in this case, he had a step on Chen to begin with, and he comes in, and that's just a beautiful forehand, backhand deke by a guy who knows how to fill the net. And that's just a goal scorer's goal.
All about the speed of Newhook. Tucks it in on the backhand behind a sprawling J.J. Pichette. Cowichan 5, Victoria 2. And here's the Victoria steal. Berger's over the line. Wrist shot stopped by Pichette. Rebound is cleared to the wall. Rome finds it. Down low feed to McCallion. McCallion being pushed by Grist. Pochopinski's in for the puck. Grist is tripped up on the play, and Grist is down.
Oh boy.
And everybody piles on for another scrum in behind the net. Even Pichette is back into the pile as well, but Grist went flying there on the initial trip that's going to be called.
Well, Friedman caught him in a bad spot. That could be a 5-minute penalty, and he could be done for the game. That is a dangerous hit by Friedman, and you hope, doesn't matter who you cheer for, you hope Grist is okay on that one, because he went in a very vulnerable spot.
I thought he might stay down, but he popped up rather quickly, and looks like he's going to stay on the ice, so I think he's going to be all right. So that was quite the trip, and Grist just went flying afterwards as Friedman comes in here, and it was more of the knock than a trip. It was just the way that he went down. I thought initially that it was more of a trip because the stick came in low, but it was the shoulder contact up high.
And you see the body language on Friedman after the hit. He knew it. He knew that he caught him in a bad spot. And they haven't put this penalty on the board yet, but I have a feeling this probably isn't going to be just 2 minutes. When a guy's head hits the boards the way Grist's head hit the boards, I don't want to call it because I could be wrong, but that looked more like a 5 than a 2.
We're into the media timeout here. And one player in the box on either side. Of course, coincidental still carrying over as well. And you can see on the check, Grist was already wrapped up with McCallion, and then Friedman comes in. Shoulder contact up high as the stick swept down low.
Yeah, Grist lost his balance and got fired into the wall. So there's two Grizzlies in the penalty box. There's one Capital at this point. So we'll see what happens. But
they might have just been waiting too for the media timeout before they put the minutes up on the clock. The faceoff is going to stay in the Cowichan zone. So this is going to be, in terms of manpower, all even. Nothing up on the board whatsoever. And the good sign for the Capitals, Grist continues out there.
Well, that's why I'm not an official.
Bouncing puck deep inside Cowichan territory. Grist for Coughlin. Clears the puck forward, and it's batted out by Troy McTavish. 8:20 to go in the third. 5-2. Cowichan in front. McCallion to the slot. Loads up. Shot. Good save. Pichette. Rebound chance. Another save by Pichette. Still a loose puck. He doesn't know where it is. It's underneath him. It's still loose in a scramble. And finally, play is whistled down. Pichette had no idea where the puck was. It was right in front of him, but he couldn't see it.
Well, Pichette makes that save, and that looked eerily similar to Chapman's long wait for a whistle in the first period. The puck was loose, everybody was looking for it, and Pichette had an opportunity to cover it. There's all these black jerseys looking for it, and it just seems like an eternity for the goaltender. He just wants it whistled down. The puck's still loose. McCallion had an opportunity at it. Just a long scramble out in front.
Boy, was Pichette fortunate there. And then he reeled it in, reaching out that left hand right at the end of the sequence. Made the initial stop, but there were some dangerous moments in front of him. Capitals clear the puck to center. O'Malley with a tip, and he has one of the Victoria goals in the game. Chen back to take it. Moves the puck to the wall. Azaro Tinling for the Capitals. He has one of their goals. Dumps the puck ahead for LaRoche. LaRoche gets deep in the Victoria zone. Put the puck out in front. Tipped away. Thompson up on the right side. Westhaver coming ahead with O'Malley. O'Malley tracking the puck in tight. Couldn't come up with it. O'Malley on the end wall. But knocking the puck away is Chen to the blue line. A keep in and a wrist shot by Thompson. Didn't get through to the net. Chen corrals again. Plays the puck up for Tinling. Tinling gets by one. Puck out to center on the stick of Franklin. He's knocked by Thompson. Thompson drops the puck on. Durant down the right side over the Cowichan line. Cutting in. Lost possession. Capitals try to transition. Wilson racing to the puck against Alexander. They both touch it almost at the same time. Now it's played in front, and Durant will steal away for the Grizzlies. Up ahead, Newhook. Newhook a pass on the right wing. Nolan down the wall. Grist tried to hit him hard, got a piece of it. In behind his own net, Scardina checked off the puck. Back forward is Gosler. Moves it around to Yuri Davis-Martel. Davis-Martel to Boo Grist in behind the Cowichan Valley goal. Davis-Martel again to Nicholas Wilson. A high scoop out to center. Durant gloves the puck down. Forces it high into the air, and the officials will whistle it down with 6:30 remaining in regulation time. The Grizzlies about to hit 40 shots, 39-28 in their favor. And when the game was 5-1, everything was different in terms of the body language, but a great goal by Newhook, and you can see Victoria right now is on the front foot.
When you talk about a team that has to learn how to win, this is part of it. You have to have some zone time. You can't just let the team come at you in waves. And after that 5-2 goal, it's been really all Victoria, and you expect a push when they're down 3 goals here in the third period.
Somerville.
They're in the middle of it right now.
Got to the line, and McCann is deep behind his net. McCann clears the puck towards center ice. Friedman put it to the middle. Skapski with a block, and a clearance to Tate Coughlin. At center on the right, Coughlin hoists the puck in deep. Troy McTavish giving chase. Noble's back on the ice. That's a great sign. He was stapled by Scardina and cut. Went back to the dressing room, but Noble's back on the ice for a shift here for the Victoria Grizzlies. Coughlin tried to keep the puck in, failed to do so. McCallion up over the Cowichan Valley line, moves the puck towards the front, and Pichette's going to hop on this with McCann there just to guide away the forechecker. And the hockey players showing their toughness. Noble right back for a shift after missing just about 5 minutes of playing time.
And Vuk Rist back after that scary hit against the boards. Victoria just, again, they've had trouble coming through the neutral zone with speed all game long, and that goal by Newhook was one of the anomalies. It wasn't really an issue for them. They come through the neutral zone, he gets a great chance, he scores. But for the most part in this game, it's partly because of Cowichan and it's partly because Victoria's just off. They haven't been able to come through the neutral zone with possession and speed that often.
Somerville forced back by Sherlock deep. Noble has the puck and Sherlock goes to him. Broadhurst pinches in on the right side. Battle ensues. Larkin won the puck towards the front of the goal, but Somerville takes it away. Larkin continues to battle him. Broadhurst joins the fray as well. A scrum deep in that Victoria corner. Capitals loving this type of shift. But now Westhaver will come the other way. A pass goes into the skates of the defender, and Sherlock takes over. Arrives at center, bumped hard by O'Malley, and the puck goes down beside the net. Chapman thought there was an icing, and icing was not called on the play. Berger, lead pass too far for Westhaver. Out of his net came Pichette. Icing waved off on Victoria as well, so one each way that the teams thought might be called. Berger in his own territory moves the puck to Nother. Nother at the blue line. A pass tipped into his own end by Wilson. McCann going back to him. McCann starting the Capitals ahead for Wilson. Finson with a keep in. His shot blockered down by J.J. Pichette. Under 4.5 to play in regulation time, and the Capitals in a 3-goal lead. Finson just threw a hard bump. Clark from long range. The shot goes to the side of the net. Another dumps it off on the left side. Finson will jump down, pushing and shoving with Wilson. Puck goes high into the air, through the rafters, bounces down for Berger, pursued by Gosselin. Another touches for Newhook, speeding over the line. Alex Newhook driving in tight, put it back into the middle, puck cleared away. Tate Coughlin trying to get loose. Over the Victoria line, winds and shoots. And that was trapped and held on to by the netminder Curtis Chapman.
Well, good job of Tate Coughlin. Didn't have anything to really do except fire that puck on, and good square stop by Chapman on that one.
And Tate Coughlin has an A-level shot even from that distance. But that time well out to face him was Curtis Chapman. Lachapinski set for the draw to the left side of the Victoria goal. A couple of assists for the leading goal scorer for the Capitals. 12 goals on the season, but a couple of helpers in this contest today. Tate Coughlin put a puck to the goal, knocked away by Chapman. Capitals keep the puck in deep. Coughlin half wall right side. Cycles below the net. Duran clears. Left point Davis Martel with a keep in. Now it's put on goal. Another stick save by Chapman. And Jamie Rome arrives on the scene, grabs the puck. Long pass off the high stick of McTavish, and that's going to be called. And whistles at this point don't hurt anything for the Capitals. McTavish doesn't mind that at all. Very happy coming off a 2-goal performance, adding another one on his sheet. Leading scorer for the Capitals in his second stint in the BCHL. You might have seen that in our intermission feature. Troy McTavish, a one-time Nanaimo Clipper, went back home to Ontario and now back in the Island Division with the Capitals and really coming into his own as the season has progressed.
Well, he's one of the leaders on this team, and he has led by example here tonight.
Puck in behind the Cowichan Valley goal. Skapski moves it around for LaRoche. Banks the puck out to center. Franklin to it, but Alexander able to move it ahead before he got there. Cam Thompson got the puck over the Cowichan line. Grist clears it, not out. Now on a second chance, the puck does come to center for Alexander to knife towards O'Malley, but that was blocked up by Franklin. Alexander tries to go across for Duran. Now to Thompson. Thompson, right wing feed. Over the line goes Westhaver, but the puck is cleared into Duran now. Capitals come back. Tinley, left side pass towards LaRoche, but a nice job to break that up. Duran to Westhaver, end of his shift. Hoists the puck in deep. McCann going after it in the corner. Lays the puck to the side. Davis Martel back to McCann. A clearance all the way out to center. 2:29 clock running here. Grizzlies running out of time with Cowichan up 5-2. At center, Scardina on the left. Forces the puck into the Victoria zone. Went down to the ice trying to get possession. Turning away from a check is Nico Somerville. He's being double teamed. Gosselin and Wilson both up very aggressively. Nobles checked hard by Gosselin. The puck stolen. Scardina dumps it down low. Wilson's lost his helmet. Needs to change, and he will. As Somerville's behind his net. A collision in front of the goal. Chapman is down, and I think it was Gosselin that clipped him. Chapman's still down behind the play as the Grizzlies are up in the attacking end, and Chapman's struggling to get to his feet. The Grizzlies have 3 goalies on their roster. One's at the World Junior A Challenge. One's already on injured reserve. That's the second clip on this Victoria goaltender, Chapman. I believe it was Gosselin who was skating through.
I mean, this is the second time the Capitals have slew foot this goaltender. It was Wilson in the second period, and there's just no attempt to get out of his way. You know, and after a while, you know, you kind of have to worry about the goaltender because he's not expecting it. He's going back into his own net. It's the second time. It was Wilson first and Jocelyn the second time that slew foot Chapman.
The officials weren't initially going to call a penalty, but upon further scrutiny, there should be some penalty time coming up there. And what you hope you don't see and what you worry you will see is retribution on the other goaltender. J.J. Pichette has nothing to do with this, but if there's retribution, he's going to catch the brunt of it.
Well, they're going to do it to him because, and this is part of why the officials have given Jocelyn a penalty, because at some point the players will take matters into their own hands. It'll be an eye for an eye. Well, if you're going to do that to our goalie and not get called, we're going to do it to yours. So I think it's a good job by the officials to stop this before something really bad gets going. And Capitals in the box for a slew foot, probably call it tripping or a number of other things, but I think the referee had to call that.
6-on-4. Chapman's going to the bench. 1:43 left on the clock. Grizzlies down by 3. They'll turn this into a 2-man advantage. 5-2 scoreline. And the idea of retribution takes a back seat to the idea that here's an opportunity to maybe get a couple of quick goals and make this extremely interesting. Finson from the right point. Traffic develops. Finson to Friedman. Wrist shot deflecting to the side. Rome going down to it for Newhook and back to Rome. Chance for Thompson. Down low feed. McCallion robbed by Pichette as he came sprawling across. Finson from the blue line. Hangs on. Right side, Friedman. Wrist shot. Glove stopped by J.J. Pichette. 2 great saves back to back, but that first one was amazing with the pad.
If he's trying to develop himself a recruiting video for the WHL perhaps, he has got 4 gems in this game. This, he had no business saving that. And there's a couple tonight where he had no business saving it, and he did.
What a stop. That wasn't pad, that was toe. That was even better than I thought. Rome puts it to the front. Puck goes back to Finson. Took a shot. That was stopped. Rebound loose in traffic. Grizzlies get it back. Rome, wrist shot deflecting wide. 1:04 left. 6-on-4 Victoria. Finson passing. Thompson to the net. That one goes wide. Jamie Rome leaves it for Finson left point. Back to Rome, closing in. Rome goes cross ice. Friedman, wrist shot. That was partially blocked. Puck to the corner. Friedman crashing in for it. A chance in front. They score. Turning and firing is Newhook. 2 in the period. 5-3 with 46 seconds left. The power play will come to an end, but the Grizzlies will try and go 6-on-5 this time.
6-on-5 now and 5-3. I mean, how big is that Sherlock goal now earlier in the third period? Newhook, I mean, he put it the only place he had any room at all, and that's just a heck of a shot by a kid. The potential's through the roof for this guy, and I mean, that is an absolutely perfect shot.
What a talent. We saw him on the breakaway with his speed to make it 5-2, and he's the guy that goes short side high, coming out of the corner to make it 5-3. And Craig Didmon saying to his team, well, the first plan worked. Now we've got to come up with a second plan, and we have less of a man advantage to do that. Now it's 6-on-5 rather than 6-on-4. And, of course, the clock, the big enemy of the Victoria Grizzlies. And Cowichan Valley and Brian Passmore saying, guys, we just have to hang on. Don't panic. Panic is the first thing that comes into your mind when you give up a couple of goals and the game is all of a sudden a lot closer, but it's exactly what you have to not do.
You can't panic, and it is a process. And at this point, you just got to make the safe play if you're the Capitals. I mean, I just marvel at this shot. It's the only place he could have put it.
What a goal by Alex Newhook. 6-on-5 Victoria. 5-3 Cowichan. 35 to play. Long wrist shot blocked. Put to the front. Blocked again by Conlon. Still inside the zone. Jamie Rome, left wing, comes up with the puck for Victoria. Put it to the line. Vincent is shot deflecting wide. Puck in behind the net. Thompson trying to come up with it. Grist is trying to hold it in his skates. The Grizzlies trying to get possession. The Capitals trying to clear. The puck's on the wall in a scrum. 11 seconds left. Vincent from the left point puts it down low. McCallion can't shoot it. Pochapinski clears it down the ice. And the Capitals will even this season's series at 1-1. A 5-3 final. They still have 1 second left because they're going to call this an icing, but it's just one more face-off, and it's only ceremonial. The Capitals will win this game.
We said at the outset, the magic number for Cowichan, 5 goals. Every game they've won this year, they have scored 5 goals. They scored 5 against Salmon Arm. They scored 5 against Coquitlam. Scored 5 against Langley, and they're scoring 5 against Victoria now. So 5 is the magic number, and you know what coaches usually say. If you score 5 in a game, you should win. Well, they're taking that to a new level.
That final face-off would have just been ceremonial, and it's not going to happen. They run the clock down, and J.J. Pichette is being congratulated by his teammates. 46-29 were the shots in favor of the Victoria Grizzlies, but a 5-3 win for the Cowichan Valley Capitals. The first time they've won back-to-back games this year, moving up to 13 points in the standings and getting set for a giant test Saturday at home against the Powell River Kings. The Grizzlies go home Saturday to face the Nanaimo Clippers in a massive 2-versus-3 game on their teddy bear toss night as J.J. Pichette and the Capitals salute the fans here at the Island Savings Center. This was a very important win. If the Capitals are going to make a push in the second half, well, that push has already started now.
If you look at the standings, Alberni Valley has 22 points. With this win, Cowichan Valley has 13. They're 9 out of that 4th spot, and we haven't hit Christmas yet. Pochapinski to McTavish, that you see that 1-0 goal. That's just a perfect pass by Pochapinski to McTavish. Good finish. And that was the start they needed. And Pochapinski, he didn't put it in any spot where McTavish had to dust it off. He just had to fire it. And you want to see how to execute an offensive zone faceoff? Well, Tindling did that. Great faceoff win there by Franklin, and it's in the net, 2-0. And just the start Cowichan had to have. They've been struggling with confidence this year. And here's another one. Just Pochapinski never gives up on the play, and Larkin is the beneficiary as it's Chapman who overplays it. He slides a little too far, and then open net. Larkin 3-zip Capitals, and they're off and running at that point. And then this is just an excuse me goal by Scardina. He just had to go off his skate. Fortunately for him, it went into the net. Wasn't directed in, it wasn't kicked in, it just goes in. It's one of those fortunate bounces in a game where they got most of them. Here's that O'Malley goal where he goes up and over and then he goes down. That made it 4-1, and it gave the Grizzlies some life. And that was just until the 3rd period, as we're going to watch this one. Noble Cotton, no man's land, hustles back, can't catch up to Larkin, throws it out in front. Sherwalk bangs it in, 5-1 there. And that was pretty much the game, Dan.
But then the Newhook show just began.
Then the Newhook show began. It started with this forehand backhand deke. Beautiful goal by a goal scorer. And we're going to see this next goal by Newhook. And this is an absolute perfect shot. I mean, if this kid plays major junior, that's the kind of shot they're looking for from a scorer.
Watch the NHL draft for Alex Newhook. What a hockey player. He was the bright spot for the Victoria Grizzlies. J.J. Pichette and the team play of the Cowichan Valley Capitals, the story, I think, on the other side.
It was a great team effort tonight for Cowichan. This did not look like a last place team tonight. They looked like they were right in the mix. They were good on the boards. They did a lot of the little things. The little things have been lacking for this team this year, and they did them well tonight, and a 5-3 victory is their reward.
Let's send things downstairs now. We're going to join for one final time. Matt Carter.
Thank you very much, Dan and Kyle. Yes, I guess you could say the game story was a Grizzlies discovery of Capitals punishment. A very frustrating game, obviously, for the Victoria Grizzlies, but a very welcome win for the Cowichan Capitals. And of course, we've got 2 wins in a row for the Capitals. See if this could be a turning point for their season. We'll take a look now at the scoring summary here in the third period. 3 goals to speak of. Starting off with the Cowichan Capitals, Brendan Cherwak getting his 4th goal in the season, assists from Hugh Larkin, his 2nd point of the game, and Cole Broadhurst. Grizzlies 2 goals then from Alex Newhook, some great shots. First off, his 10th goal of the year, a great, beautiful deke at speed, assisted Jackson Alexander and Ethan Nother. And then his 2nd goal, his 11th goal this season on the power play, a beautiful snipe as shown there by Dan and Kyle, assisted Jackson Alexander and TJ Friedman. Finishing off the scoring then at 19-14 of the third period. Final shots on goal in the game. The Victoria Grizzlies out shooting the Cowichan Capitals 46-29. However, JJ Pichette, a great game in goal for the Capitals, earns the first star of the game. He improves his record to 2-2 on the season, and as mentioned, ups the Cowichan to 4 wins on the season as well. Curtis Chapman again takes the loss, 0-1 with his new team, the Victoria Grizzlies. Don't think we can pin the loss quite on him, as talked about earlier in the game. Just flew into town and met his new teammates very, very recently before the game. So still some great saves, including a wonderful breakaway save from Chapman on there. Victoria now at 14-14, 3-1 on the season. I'd like to let you know about our next BCHL broadcast here on Shaw TV, taking place on Saturday, January 13th, as the Nanaimo Clippers host the Powell River Kings at Frank Crane Arena. Game time is 6 p.m. We definitely would love to have you join us. And as this is our last BCHL broadcast of 2017, we'd like to, from all of us to you, wish you a very, very Merry Christmas, and do look forward to seeing you in the new year. Let's get on out and support amateur sports. On behalf of Dan Marshall, Kyle Christensen, and our entire Shaw TV crew, thank you so much for watching. Our final score once again at the Island Savings Center in Duncan, 5-3, Cowichan over Victoria. Thanks so much for watching, and thanks for your support of the BC Hockey League. Have a great night.